Morning, guys. How are you all? I hope everyone is cool. Let me know where you from, where are you watching from, as well as the stream is good, voice is clear, no buffering, nothing. Just let me know the update. Good morning, Rifa. Rifa, good morning, brother. Hey, Vin, good morning. Aris, good morning, brother. Divyansh, good morning. Uh, all good. Thank you, brother, for confirming that. Divyansh, thank you, man. DB here. Okay, it's DB. Divyansh. Okay, DB. I'll try to remember it's DB. Okay, man. Thank you for being over here, man. Hey, Ajay. Good morning. And Daniel. Good morning, brother. From Vancouver, you're from Canada. And get ready, man. I'm gonna come very soon to you to disturb you a lot, man. I will go to Vancouver actually. So get ready, man. Daniel. I'm gonna disturb you for sure. Don't get afraid, man. Hey, trading in the Zone. Good morning, brother. Belmont. Thank you for the penguin, man. And good morning. Red Cherry Plum. Good morning, brother. From New York. Okay, that's cool. Ajay from USA. Okay, I didn't know that. Hey Jamil, bom dia. Tudo bem, brother? Muito bem. Obrigado, senhor. Ajay, come to New York too. No plan actually. I have a plan to go to Vancouver next September actually. Hmm. So yeah, we'll try to go to US as well, but Vancouver is final. Hey Daniel, anytime. Okay, that's cool, man. You have you're brave, man. You're a brave man. Hey Dora, good morning, and you're from England, if I'm not mistaken. Hey Faiza, good morning, snipers. Good morning, snipers. Hey Faiza, where are you from? Please let me know that as well. Chip X, good morning, brother. Hey Dora, yeah, I know you're from England. I would love to wait a bit more, like 3 more minutes. We'll do these greetings because this is gonna be very difficult today. The You see this chart is empty, but actually it's not empty. So I will have a lot to talk about this. So I would love to make sure that people have already joined. Those people who really would love to join, they will join here and then we'll go furthermore. So first half an hour or like 30 minutes is gonna be absolutely rant about the price action only. It's a boring part, very boring part, but the most important part or the base of the trading, in my opinion. Please, Faisal, let me know from where you're from, brother. Where are you from? Okay. Arslan, morning. Sansi from Frankfurt. You're from Frankfurt. Frankfurt is in Germany, if I'm not wrong. Or is that a different country? Can you please confirm that, brother? I need someone from Germany. If there is anyone from Germany, please let me know that. Germany. Okay, Germany. 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 Good morning from Florida. Hey, Sophia. Thank you, sister, for being over here. Paddy, thanks for that penguin, brother. Sachin, from today, challenge is going to start. Absolutely. From today, I mean, it has already started. That means if anyone wanted to trade around London session, they could trade it. They could trade the 7 a.m. if we didn't have any news around 8:30, or you can trade the morning session, PM session, anywhere. So it has already started. And those people who didn't submit their model, I'm gonna remove them from that group. So only those people who has submitted their model plus account with all the information, only they will be able to stay over there to finish this challenge and to go to the next stage. Actually, it's not a one stage challenge. Actually, it's a two-stage challenge. But yeah, of course, I'll make sure that nobody is over there who is not participating in that challenge. So if you didn't, please make sure that you have submitted your model and the accounts before 9 a.m. New York local times. After 15 minutes, I'm just gonna stop uh, joining new people or something like that. Okay. Hey Rahman, hello brother. Faiza, you're from Morocco, USA. Okay. Thank you, brother, for confirming that. Raman, good morning, brother. Khurshid, good morning. FL Trader, good morning. Thank you, brother, for being over here. And please make sure that those people who didn't join, who didn't submit their model plus uh, accounts, just remove them. No excuse, no nothing, no conversation, nothing. Just remove them. Please do that for me. Sophia, FL Trader, both of you, please do that for me. Thank you, Raman, for submitting the account and the model. Please make sure you have submitted the model as well. Hey, Rajkumar, Kishore, good morning, brother. Hey, Greg, good morning. Jency, good morning. NQ Slayer, good morning. I can see a lot of you. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here, for supporting us to share your knowledge and everything, for everything. It's actually 10 years I have started the stream in 2016, February. First, I have heard about trading because I was interested about investing. One of my uncle plus friend actually told me that there is something called trading. We can earn money through that trading. So that was the first time I have heard in 2020, 2016. So it's near about 10 years now. I'm with this trading or related the trading platform, trading everything. So those people who are at the age of 23, 24, I was around that age 10 years ago, and I never thought that it's possible for me because at the beginning it just keeps slapping on my face, keep slapping, keep slapping, keep slapping, and never get the point. But in time, slowly, when finally I have discovered ICT, everything started to work. But I'm grateful to the retail concepts because I have studied a lot the retail concepts that helps me a lot to understand the ICT concepts, because ICT concepts is exactly opposite of retail concepts, where retail look for buy, ICT look for sell. Where retail look for sell, ICT look for buy. Absolutely opposite. So I'm really grateful because I have studied that retail concept as well. But thank you so much for being all of you guys here. And my live streaming is almost 2 years and 2.5 years. So next September, October, 1st of October, it's gonna be 3 years. And already I have got 11,700 subscriber. Huge achievement for me. I think like a man who has a very problem with his English still got 11,700 subscriber. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your love, guys. Thank you so much for being over here. Please make sure that you have pushed the like button. 47 people, guys. I keep asking for the likes because this YouTube actually work with the algorithm. So if you don't push the like button or if you don't comment, the YouTube algorithm doesn't actually let the link to the new people. They don't let it blow. It's something like that. I really don't have any idea how it really works, but all I know, if you guys push the like button, then more people will know about our channel, and maybe some of them will stay over here. They will get benefited from this channel. As it is free, I know most of the people just leave because it's free. Nobody cares about the free things. If I would charge, my channel would be like, here it would be like 30,000 subscriber. If I would do the mentorship, if I would do the course or something like that, paid membership or something like that, it would be like 30,000. Okay, but still I'm not interested about that, at least not until now. I That's why I need your help. So please make sure that you have pushed the like button, and if any of you are new, you can subscribe to our channel if you want. I'd love to come here around this channel, I'm sorry, the chart. Would love to start from the weekly chart. So far all of you know that we have already outlined or told that this market is nearly impossible. This is nearly impossible for the market to take that low. It can't take that low. It should not take that low. So while this candle was falling, I think almost everyone was thinking that market is going to take that low and it's going to go for the lower. I think I'm the only one who was telling that it's not a bearish market, it's a bullish market. However, I am not saying that I'm still right, because while this market will take that high, then and only then I will tell you, told you this low can't be taken before taking that high. So I will do that after clearing that high. If I'm wrong, absolutely okay with that, because I am not the market maker. I don't know the future. I just work with the expectation, with the price action. What is the reason for not to take that high? The reason is, while this market has cleared the sell side liquidity, or the all the swing low has been cleared by this low, traded a bullish FVG from the weekly chart, then market came to the deep premium area, took the internal liquidity over here. I want to say this will go for this all-time high. That is my expectation. Again, yesterday I showed you the range. I will just show that in a moment, but here it fall, trade the, see this weak lower quadrant, perfectly beautifully rejected from there. Market open, fall a bit, manipulation. Would love to see it will keep going higher. From the weekly chart, I'm extremely bullish. This is the daily chart, and if I remove these weekly things from my chart, this quadrant level. Instead of that, just keep these lower things or the lower week from the daily chart, which has cleared same thing, cleared all of these lows, trade a bullish FVG over here. That is that week. You see over here, the 50% of this week has perfectly respected. That is the day where I was wrong, and the ICT PhD holders to my comment came and started to teach me how to trade this market, because that day I was extremely bullish according to the logic. It should go higher, but I was absolutely wrong over here. And then the very next day I was bullish, the very next day I was bullish, which is yesterday, and today also I'm extremely bullish. However, it came to the 50%. I was interested to see it will reverse from this area, from this volume imbalance. It was bit aggressive, went until this 50%. But remember, what did I say? This low can't be taken. So this is the last line that can't be taken. What maximum it can be traded? The last period, which is the week quadrant level, or in other word, this is the last FBG, because week 50% I used it as a last FBG. Now, what is the importance of last FBG? We'll see that in a moment, so don't worry about that. This is the only bearish PDRA from the daily chart. I want to see it is going to go through this, and market will keep going higher for at least for this high, and then for this all-time high. For now, two things I need to see. First thing, I want to see this market is going to touch this deep premium area. Even if it failed to close out this gap, week has to reach until this deep premium line. If it reach over here, I'm like 99.99% sure market is going to take that high. If this high is taken, this high is the next for sure. But however, as long as it's not going to break this small zone from that volume imbalance to that volume imbalance, it can be a lot of drama over here. And finally, I believe it will go higher. Okay. So yesterday it has closed above the 50% of this dealing range, new dealing range. Happy to see that, but not enough for me. It's not enough for me. I need this market to come here, touch this line, to make sure that my bias is absolutely right. Otherwise, if it go lower and closed below this volume imbalance, then I will switch my bias and I will start to think, okay, I'm wrong, market is going to take that low and the dealing range is going to be broken. That's gonna take a long time. I hope so. If the CPI and NFP doesn't let the market lower, then it's gonna take long time, even if it would love to fall. So after a lot of consolidation, it can go for that low here and here. I'm not interested to see that. I'm only interested to see this market will keep going higher, take that high first, then it will take that high over here. After that, we'll project the standard deviation. Yesterday I showed you how to do that standard deviation through the Discord live. I will do that again when this market will go to the all-time high. But right now, my first intention to see how this market is going to close above this bearish PDR. So I'm going to remove this quadrant level. Just remember this 2581 or something like that. I want to see market need to touch that line for now. Okay, here this is that volume imbalance plus the gap. You can see this candle high, that candle low. There is a small gap from the daily chart. I added this volume imbalance over here and this volume imbalance over here. Yesterday, this market exactly come to the high of this bearish period, exactly to the high. And then it closed over here, which is the absolutely reset. That means PO3. If you look for ICT's PO3, market open, manipulation, expansion, and then reset. This is how actually PO3 works, power of 3. So it opened here, fall, manipulation, went higher, expansion, reset, closed over there. Absolutely okay with that. But today is Tuesday. Tuesday has a narrative, and that is if the market take previous day high, then it would look for previous day low. If it take previous day low, then it starts to look for previous day high. It doesn't need to take the previous day high. It doesn't need to take the previous day low, but it go toward that direction. So I was afraid to see this market to clear that high. I was really afraid because I was seeing on the Discord, some of you were saying that market is going for that previous day high. If it would take that previous day high, it would be the day for me not to trade, because my bias, high time frame bias or expectation was telling me to go higher. But narrative would start to tell me previous day high is taken, look for the previous day low. Again, it doesn't need to take that previous day low, but it will go toward that low. So I would have to go against my bias. I didn't want to do that. This market simply tap exactly tick by tick the high of this volume imbalance, rejected from there, failed to clear yesterday high. So I'm really happy to see that, because Now I can expect some sort of bullish PDRA to be traded at first, then market will go for this previous day high. And in the meantime, this market will move or pass most of the time. So all the morning session, this market maybe just trade this and start to go higher for this area. By the lunch hour, it will consolidation. By the PM session, it will go a bit higher and then reset, closed over there above this gap. This is my expectation for today. That means first the market will fall, then it will go higher, then by the using the lunch hour it will do some sort of consolidation, then PM session market will go higher again a bit. After that it will close above this gap. This is how I'm going to plan today's trade. But if the high is taken before this leg appeared on the chart, it's going to be very difficult for me to trade today's market. So I wish this is going to happen and I'll be able to trade this market. Tomorrow is NFP because last week there was NFP tentative. So tomorrow is the NFP. ICT told to be careful because tomorrow is NFP. Today can be a disaster things. Okay, so just be careful. It's a low probable day today just because tomorrow is NFP. Usually NFP is on Friday, but this time NFP was in is in Wednesday. So just be careful about that. From the daily chart, I have really nothing to say except these things, the things I shared with you guys. I'd love to go to the 4-hour chart. If you look at this 4-hour chart, this market fall here, where did it came? I will show it in a moment. So from the daily chart, you have seen it has traded the last average, also that weak quadrant level. From the weekly chart, you have seen it has traded weak lower quadrant. From 4-hour chart, if you come around this area, you will see nothing around this area except these weeks over here. So you can add these weeks with your analysis. I don't know how to do that, but I will show you exactly from where this market has reversed from here. Okay, that is the fun part. That is the fun part, to know that exactly from where it has reversed. However, this market came here to this last FVZ from the hourly chart yesterday, came here, rejected from there, trade this bullish FVZ. What type of bullish FVZ is that? Last FVZ, which is the breakaway gap. Right now, market is working it as a breakaway gap, entry gap, not a random gap. There could be thousands, there could be million of the gaps, but there is some specific gaps. They are very important. One, last FBZ, second, entry FBZ. I'm not rebranding the names. I'm just giving them a name so that you can understand out of million of fair value gaps, which one you should focus. Just trying to show you that. That's why I named them entry gap, last FBZ or something like that. However, it came here. These consecutive candles are my order block. So according to the understanding, the things I explained you to the daily chart, that I would love to see it will fall first, then it will go higher. I want to see this market to fall to this order block at first, then it will start to go higher for any sort of buy side liquidity or this last step or whatever it is. From the 4-hour chart, all I need to see this market fall, trade this order block, then it will start to go higher. That is my only expectation from 4-hour chart. If I come to this hourly gap, the part is the funny part, and that is the hourly last FVZ over here around this area. So here, constant crossman to rejection, that means market came yesterday exactly to the 50% of that last FVZ from the hourly chart, directly reversed from there, came to this hourly bullish FVZ over here, then went higher again, trade the low of this hourly gap, rejected from there, and this is the next candle which has left the sell side liquidity around that area. See this relatively equal lows. I'll just talk about that in a moment, but for now, I want to see this market will fall not only to this gap, but also it is going to clear that liquidity and trade the 50% of this hourly bullish FBZ. That 50% is aligned with the 4-hour order block. Okay, so this line, just remember that area is 25,428 or 25,250, not 428, 250. Think like that way. It's 250 area, 25,250. That is the area I'm interested to see. This market will fall, then it will start to go higher for the buy side liquidity. Market left over here. I just don't want to see it will go higher, clear that buy side liquidity, then it will fall for this sell side liquidity. I don't want to see that. So first it will be bearish, then it will be bullish. If it happens, I'll be very confident to trade this market without any sort of confusion, without any kind of fear of NFP, without anything. I'll be very confident to trade this market. But if it doesn't happen, in other case, if it do opposite, that means it cleared the buy side liquidity at first, then it will start to fall for either the sell side liquidity to trade this bullish PTRA, it's gonna be so difficult for me to trade. So I really don't want to see that. Instead of that, the best for to me, the best is this. If it happens, I'm so much confident to trade. At first, I'll try to look for some sort of sell, but remember, sell is not my bias. My bias is this leg. This leg is my bias. So any kind of framing trade I'm doing for this leg, it's low probability. Any type of trade I will frame for this leg is the high probability to me. Excuse me. So that is from the hourly chart. I hope nobody has any kind of confusion until the hourly chart. And I prefer not to have any kind of confusion because the next time frame is gonna be disaster. So please make sure, is there any confusion until now? Next, the time frame is gonna be disaster. Trust me. Please make sure that is that understandable why and how I'm expecting this market is going to work. I need the confirmation from you guys. Perfect triple bottom at 25,291.95 could be the Judas target at market open. Any kind of fall is is acceptable. Any short of fall, but any short of run higher is not acceptable to me. I don't want to see any sort of run higher. It can do that. Of course, it can do that. If it do that, it means that I'm not able to trade this market. Everything I will frame here is just low probability. There is 50-50 chance. But if it fall fast, any type of frame trade I will frame, that's kind of 90% I'm confirmed that it's going to work. So that's the difference between the market. So I would love to see it will fall first. There triple bottom, there is something market will target that. I really appreciate it. So thank you. At least three guys told that it's clear to them. So I'm moving to disaster price action. However, this is the 15-minute chart. I know it seems like very disaster, but everything when I'll start to explain, this is going to be clear. This big box over here, I'm just going to change the color so that you can understand which box I mean to say. This big box is that daily bearish PDRS, okay, daily bearish FBG plus volume imbalance that has been divided by the quadrant level over here. So the quadrant level you see here, it's kind of, just let me mark the quadrant touch. How can I do that? I think, yeah, you can see here, if I just change the depth, it's changing. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it for 2. This big or line, not 2, 3, this is divided that bearish PDRA. So don't get confused by this bearish PDRA. Above here, I have the buy side liquidity, relatively equal highs here. More importantly, I have this extreme buy side liquidity. So this is my extreme buy side liquidity. I will never ever target this buy side liquidity. So if I can take an entry here, if I can take an entry here, I will never target this extreme buy side liquidity. I will look for some sort of buy side liquidity here to target, but never will hold that trade for this buy side liquidity. This is that buy side liquidity, extreme buy side liquidity from the 15-minute chart. So you can see here, this is that buy side liquidity here. Below this, I have this small buy side liquidity, relatively equal highs. I have this buy side liquidity, this high and that high, relatively equal highs. I just didn't mark it. This is also a relatively equal highs, another buy side liquidity. This gap over here is the hourly last FBG. So please don't get confused by this, all of these things. Hourly last FBG is over here, around that area. This low and that low, obvious liquidity, sell side liquidity, obvious sell side liquidity. This low, that low, obvious sell side liquidity. So I have two sell side liquidity over here. I have some sell side liquidity here that is not marked on my chart. This low over here, that specific low and that high, this is a leg because this low has cleared that low. This high has cleared that high. There is no high left at all. So here to here, market fall, I'm not gonna expect any fall until this lower quadrant. So it's bit thinner. If I make it like bolder here, this is that line, it's gonna be one sorry, 1 pixel again. But for you right now, to show you, this market should not fall for this line over here. I repeat, it should not touch that line. It can maximum fall until this 50% of this dealing range from high to low. This 50% which is aligned with the breaker block. Yesterday market built this breaker block, never trade this breaker block while it has closed this specific FVG that is not marked so yet in my chart. This candle high, that candle low, there is an FVG from 15-minute chart. I wanted to see it will be unfilled. When it has been filled 100%, low, high, lower low. So the highest up close body close candle, I think I marked it in the wrong way, not that one. It should be this one. Sorry for that. It should be that one. That is that breaker block. I want to see it will come for this breaker block before going higher. It will come to this breaker block, low, high, lower low. That breaker block, consecutive breaker block around here. I know a lot of lines. Please don't get confused. Stay with me. First, this dealing range, market should not come to this line over here. Second, it can maximum fall until the 50% weak can trade this breaker block, or some bodies can trade this breaker block over here, then can start to go higher for the buy side liquidity. Thirdly, here I have the lower quadrant around that area. I have the lower quadrant of the whole gap, this bearish gap over here. This bearish gap, lower quadrant is over here around this area 25. You can see here the 25. I'm gonna keep this as a thinner line because I know that the low of this breaker block should not be traded. This market can maximum fall until here, which is aligned with the breaker block, as well as an old FVG that came from here. This last FVG, I would love to show this to you because it's really important. This is that last FVG market trade here, so beautifully respected. Come back again, respected from there. Every single time this market came here to this gap, rejected from that gap. If I keep going, just let me show you that. Never touch it, no problem. For the first time, again, it tapped to this gap, rejected from there, came until here, then went through this gap. That means closed below this gap, trade this gap, rejected from there. Come back again, trade this gap low, rejected from there. Come back again, trade this gap, rejected from there. Trade again, rejected from there. Trade again, rejected from there. From this gap, okay? Look at this. And then finally, it come again here, rejected. Trade here, rejected. Went through this gap. Tap to this gap, rejected. Went through this gap. Tap to this gap, rejected. I'm gonna keep this gap over here to see the next time rejection. That means when this market is coming back again here, it should reject it from that gap, that specific gap over here. Here, this gap is also the same type of gap. I'm not introducing new thing to you. I'm just trying to draw your attention in a very specific gap, which you will look for from your 15-minute chart by seeing your this previous price action, which gap worked so beautifully, so perfectly. If you take a closer look of this gap, that candle low, that candle high, which is also the last FVG to that specific leg, that was the last FVG. Market went through this gap, came here, rejected from there. Came here, look at the bodies, not even a single body closed below this gap. So it came to this gap, rejected from there. Went through this gap, tap here, rejected. Come here, see here, rejected from there. How far it has fallen? Lot. Went through this gap, tap here, rejected. Tap here, rejected. Tap here, rejected. Every single time it came here, either rejected or inversed it as a rejection. So this is that type of gap here, and the same gap is over here. These two gap, I'm gonna keep it on my chart just to see how the market is coming next time and rejecting from there. If it reject tap here and reject from there, I'm very happy to see that. If it went through this, then I will look for the rejection from this gap for that specific gap for this sell side liquidity. It means if this market come to this lower quadrant of that specific PD array, then this market is going for this relatively equal lows, which is the sell side liquidity or the obvious liquidity or the unfinished business over here. As long as this market is not touching this line, when it will come here, I'll start to look for the buying opportunity. I will only switch my understanding or my bias if I see it tapped to this lower quadrant, which is almost the low of this daily bearish gap. In that type of scenario, maybe I'll look for the sell or until this sell side liquidity, which is aligned with this FVG over here. So I think this quadrant level is clear to you. These lines are the daily bearish gap quadrant level. They are also important. 250, remember, 25,250. This is that area where is actually the water block and the hourly bullish gap concurrent crossment is situated exactly over here, 250, around that area. Okay, not exactly, but around that area is that water block resided from 4-hour chart plus hourly bullish fair value gap concurrent crossment. So even if this market come here to this area, which is the 15-minute gap as well as the breaker block, even if it fail, I want to see it will come until the 50% of this whole bearish gap, and then it will start to go higher. Prior to 9:30, this is the gap. As I'm looking for sell, remember, as I'm looking for sell at the beginning, and then I will expect the bullish market. I am bullish, I'm not bearish, I am bullish, but first I need to look for the sell. This is the gap prior to 9:30. This gap, as long as this market is below this gap, I'll keep looking for the selling opportunity. First for this sell side liquidity, see here, market left that clean lows over here, and then for this line, more importantly, if it can come until here. But while this market will tap to this line, which is the 4-hour water block plus hourly bullish FBC constant crossment, I'm done looking for sell. I will start to look for buy again. But if I see it keep falling, I'll let him fall to until this 50-minute gap plus this breaker block plus this lower quadrant of the daily bearish gap plus this what to say, I mean this what to say, I mean this type of this leg. Okay, what is that leg? I don't really remember which one is this leg because I'm explaining. But however, until here, that area, otherwise I'm not interested to look for any sort of trade in this market. If it keep going higher, I will do nothing. Simply I will do nothing, even though my bias is bullish. So I'll have to let this go. From 15-minute chart, I have a lot to say actually. I understand what is that gap. This is the low over here around that area. Okay, so I'm going to remove this daily week quadrant level from my chart. Here you already saw it has traded the 50% from the daily quadrant level and rejected from there. I'm gonna remove it from my chart, and I'm gonna show you these two line on the 15-minute chart. Go to your NQ1, which is the running contract. You'll be able to see that this is the last FBZ around that area from the NQ1 chart. This is the last FBZ. There is nobody that has closed below this gap. As the contract has been changed, it seems little messy over here, but trust me, it's so beautiful from the NQ1. Just go over there and you will understand that. This is that last FBZ that is still holding the market. So previously it held the market here and so perfectly, so precisely. Then this is the next time this market came here to this gap over here, traded the 50% of this gap, rejected from that 15-minute last FBZ. This is the power of the last FBZ. This is the power of the last FBZ. If you can start to study them, you will see a lot of hindsight, a lot of precision from there. However, to this dealing range from the low, this is that low. I'm gonna change the length here. This is the low, this is the high of this dealing range over here. That low that has cleared almost every sort of liquidity has been cleared over here. This is the high that has almost cleared every sort of liquidity over here. This is the 50%. This is the lower quadrant of this big dealing range. That means if the market doesn't want to take the internal liquidity to this big leg over here, while it has cleared the buy side liquidity or internal buy side liquidity, if it doesn't want to clear that internal liquidity, I will work with these dealing rails, small dealing rails. But if it wants to go for that internal liquidity, then I will work for this big dealing rails. How do you know that market is not going to work with these smaller dealing rails? Instead of that, this market is going to work with these bigger dealing rails. Everything is gonna be clear if it come to this deep discounted area of this smaller dealing range. That means if this market come to this discounted area or deep discounted area, that is gonna confirm that market is not interested to work with this smaller dealing range. Instead of that, it's going to work with this big dealing range, and it has engineered the sell side liquidity, which is the internal liquidity. Market is going to clear that internal liquidity over here, This is the 50%. It should not come to this deep discounted area of this bigger dealing range. There is no excuse. If this low is taken, that means market is going to close below the volume imbalance from the daily chart. Everything is going to be broken. Market will be bearish. I will have no confusion about that. It will be bearish. So I don't want to see this lower quadrant to be traded by anyhow. It should not be traded. This smaller dealing range can be broken for this internal liquidity for this bigger dealing range, and then it can also take that sell side liquidity as well over here, which is also obvious liquidity, but should not touch this line. It should reverse from there. Oh brother, you are kidding. After clearing this, how can it left not to touch that on? I have already showed this to you through the daily chart a lot of times, so I have no no word about that area. However, this smaller dealing range, I will first treat that as my main dealing range, but when I will see it came to this deep discounted area, then I will work with this bigger dealing range. For now, I'm going to remove this bigger dealing range because there will be a lot of lines and later I'll be confused. Then I'm gonna keep these lines over here a bit thinner to keep that. Remember, this is the lines that actually divided this bearish PTRA from the daily chart. At the same time, I'm gonna keep this dealing range in the very thin line, okay, by one. You see this 1 px or 1 pixel or something. This is that smaller dealing range. I will just remember market should not come to this line. All I don't want to see, this is not going to be traded. If it is traded, I will work with this big dealing range by removing this thinner line over here. So this is actually everything for now, and I can see that it's breaking, but still this market didn't close out this gap. I would love to work with this gap to see how it is going to close, and then I will decide if it really break this gap. I will have no gap prior to 9:30 to frame any uh, decision, to take any decision. Like yesterday, if you guys remember yesterday, that was that gap over here, these two lines. Let me actually mark those lines. Yesterday I told that as long as this market is above this gap, I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. So this was that gap. What happened yesterday? Market fall, closed that gap 100%, took that low, sent the market higher, keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher. How long? Until the hourly last abc. I also show you the entries over here, how you can predict this is going for that area while it rejected from that area without tapping to this hourly last abc. So if you knew that this gap is so important, then you could look for the buy as well, depending on the explanation I have done yesterday's PM session. However, the bodies respected so beautifully to this hour daily bearish PDR high. So this is the daily PDR bearish PDR high. Week reach until the 50% of this daily last FBG. If you have any question, please let me know that. I'm done for my explanation, and yeah, that's all. If you have any question, please let me know that. Please make sure that you have pushed the like button and subscribe to our channel. Whoever is new over here, please push the like button and subscribe to our channel. At least push the like button, okay? 118 people seeing, 58 likes. I'm waiting when I can see 12,000 subscribers, so that's why I'm just keep asking you guys to subscribe to our channel and push the like button. However, I don't know Sujivan is here or not, Jaid is here or not, but thank you so much both of you to share the payouts from the Take Profit Trader. That was my intention, uh, to show the people if you trade through Take Profit Trader, they're the best because they will keep giving you the payout and that will help you to stay in this market. So right now, if I see any prop firm, I will always go for the Take Profit Trader because that is the platform that is, there is no rules, that is friendly, trader friendly. Every single other platform is is planning the rules so that you can lose, you can more lose, but only Take Profit Trader which plan is trader friendly. That means they are giving you the extreme chances to make some money from trading. So thank you both of you for sharing the payouts from Take Profit Trader. I really appreciate it, guys. What date was the fair value gap you marked, please? Which fair value gap? Can you please tell me which fair value gap? How do you know when to use set or don't? I don't know that, brother. Previously, I kept using them, but later I decided not to use the set because it's making settlement prices making so difficult for me to read the market. And a lot of price, I really don't get the precision. I stopped using set. Hello, sister. How are you, sister? What are you doing, sister, here? Love you. Yes, I'm there. Oh, okay. Thank you, Suzivan, for being here. But remember, guys, I didn't request him anything. I didn't give him any kind of nothing. Okay, he's sharing it by himself, just by himself. So I really appreciate it. I never ask money from anyone. Nobody can tell that. I gave him a message and ask him to give me some money or something like never ever or nothing. So this is for the confirmation. Those people who are new here, please put the like button. The 15-minute near to the breaker block. This is from Wednesday, 21st January, 9 a.m. New York local time. Over here. So this is the sell side liquidity. I'm more interested to see this market will go for from this gap. So let's see. Again, if it keep going high, I'll just let this go. I'm not interested to trade this market. Tomorrow is NFP. I'm gonna take a bit, like relaxation. I'm not interested to go for trade. I wanna see it will fall first, then it will go higher. Even if it doesn't go higher, I don't care because I want to see a fall. That fall I wanna catch. But what is my higher time frame bias? Bullish. But for going higher, it has to fall first. If it doesn't do that, go higher first, that's gonna be so difficult for me to frame the sell, even though I have this beautiful sell side liquidity. Because market has an intention to leave the liquidity open as long as it's not going to finish its upper job. It can have that type of opinion. And I don't wanna go against that. Hey, good morning, Jamie. Hey Jeffrey, good morning, brother. How are you, brother? Hello, bro. I lost many accounts in this industry. What to do? Uh, if you lost a lot of account, there could be two reasons. First, you don't know your model. That means you're just going here and there. You're using sometimes 22 IT model, sometimes support resistance, sometimes breaker block, sometimes order block. You don't have any specific model. That is the first reason. That means you don't know which model you should use. And the second reason is your money management is absolutely so weak. So if your risk management or money management is too weak, then it's gonna happen. You have to work on both of that. Which one is your weakness? Find it out. For me, psychology is my weakness. I don't have any problem with the model. I know which model is going to work best, which one I should wait for. I don't have any problem with the model. But psychology is so difficult sometimes for me to go for the trade or to stop trading or to stop over leveraging. It's my problem. I feel so greedy. I know that I should close the trade exactly over there, but I hope that let's see if I can hold it for so long by trailing the stop loss. And then what happened? I actually lose a lot of profit. So, what is your problem? First, find it out and then work on that. This is the only thing you can do right now, brother. But I don't think so. If you are with me for so long now, you will have any sort of problem with the model. So, every model I have explained has been explained very clearly. So, you should not have any sort of confusion about your age or the model. So I believe that your problem is your risk management. Work on that, brother. Good morning, Ricardo. Fake breakout. I notice you usually mark when candle close below or above fair value gap, but with fake breakout is around 50% of the gap. Do you treat it also a unfinished business? I if taking if talking about fake breakout, I notice you usually mark when candle close below or above fair value gap, but fake breakout is around 50% of the no, there is nothing called fake breakout. Fake breakout means this candle has broken. I mean, this gap has been broken over here by the candle close, and then the very next or one two candle, just one two three candle, stay over here, maximum one to three candle. Okay, then it closed again inside this gap. It's called the fake breakout. That means market didn't break this gap, it just went higher to make some kind of illusion, think that it's broken, and then it started to fall. It's called the fake breakout. I didn't say that. ICT talk. According to ICT, it's called the fake breakout. Good morning. Please don't call me sir. I'm not your sir. I'm your brother. So my name is T2. Either call me T2 or call me brother, friend, whatever, but not sir, please. Good morning, by the way, brother. We all are learning here all together. Nobody's sir. Nobody's teacher to anyone. We all are friend here. I'm just watching how the 15-minute candle is going to respect that gap. Okay, so I don't want to see anybody close above this gap prior to 9:30. I would love to see this gap to work as a resistance and send the market lower. I really would love to see that. But let's see how it is going to work. I don't think so. There will be a huge opening gap because you can see this is the candle close, and right now market is around here. Okay, around here. So it's a very small gap. I'm just not interested to mark this gap. You see here, this is that same gap I'm talking here. This gap and that gap are the same gap. So this candle right now is very near to this high of this gap. This is the closing of yesterday. So I'm just not interested to mark this opening gap, regular trading hour gap. If you want, you can do that. This candle high, that candle open, there is a small opening gap left open over there. That can be a beautiful target. Later, for now, not now. Good morning, Abel. To me, to me. Good morning. Good morning, Chamin. Human dead. What does it mean, brother? My English is too bad, brother. Unfortunately, what does it mean? Chamin dead. I hope it means something good. Whenever market opens with a small opening range gap, be careful as it could be a choppy or high resistance session. It has a high probability to be a high resistance session because tomorrow we have also NFP. So yeah, of course you have to be very careful. Thank you, brother, for that information as well, Suzipan. Hey Ravi, thanks for that penguin and the boom, man. I always miss this boom penguin boom. Thank you so much for being here sometimes and give that to us. Good morning, Marbra. To me, it means a mentor, Tito. Okay, thank you so much, brother. I hope nobody is going to mind because my English is too bad. So if I don't know the meaning of the word, I will ask you. And I'm really happy if you teach me the meaning of that word. So that means the mentor. Okay, that's cool. Communicate. I didn't know that. Communicate. Communicate. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button. Please don't forget to push the like button. That's the only thing I'm asking from you guys. Hey Tharun, good morning, brother. I know that you guys are watching it here. I'm watching it here. How the candle is going to react with this gap. And I'm seeing that it is reacting from the 50% of this gap. So it has to stay here for 7 more minutes, 6 more minutes, something like that. That will give me the hindsight that it's holding the market. So now the market is open. I am bearish. Okay, so let's see if it can provide me any sort of selling opportunity. Can it go higher one more time? Of course, it can take the high, trade this gap, which is the last FBZ. Would love to mark it here, trade it, then it can start to fall from this last FBZ. It doesn't need to do that, but if you do that, that's cool. Whoever is bullish, please go for the buy. Without any sort of confusion, go for the buy. Take the buy. I'm not bullish. I'm interested to take a sell at first. So that is an indecisive candle from 1 minute chart. Wait a bit more. Let's see if it can reach for this last FBZ before falling or not. Okay. Now any sort of fall, I'll try to take the sell. Right? This is very random. Now any sort of sell, I will go for that. All the job is done over here. Any sort of sell below this 50%, I'll try to take that from this gap. Let me change the color below this gap. Okay. Something I need here so that I can take that sell. I wish it will give me. If it doesn't give me and keep falling, that's a bad luck. And your job is to find out how I'm going to predict that it will fall fast and why I'm going to get that confirmation that it's falling fast. This is the most important thing because most of you are struggling with that. How do I know where the market will go? If it go against my expectation, what I will do? You will just let this go. It will start to go higher, I'll let this go. It will start to fall, I'll keep looking for the selling opportunity, any sort of selling opportunity. But else it has traded the 50% of this new day opening gap. Here, that is the 50% of this new day opening gap. I'm watching how it is trading this weak quadrant levels. Don't wanna see anybody close above the upper quadrant level over here. Go to your 15-second chart. Opportunity is going to wait over there. If it starts to go higher, I'll let this go, as I told. Okay, so I found my first opportunity to go for the trade. If it close below this opening of this candle, I'll go for the first trade for today. From this trade here, stop loss there, and target will be this sell side liquidity. Okay? So if it close below this, then tap here. That's going to be my first trade for today. Not going to push the button. I'm just going to frame the trade only today. So not going to push the button. Now it can trade just this week and start to fall. I'm not interested to take it. So here that's going to be the entry. We'll go for 1:1 partial, which is gonna be 24 handle, something like that. We'll try to take the partial over here and then we'll hold the trade. The first trade for today, trade the order block, 1:1 partial. We'll go for the sell side liquidity over here. Around there, this is gonna be the first partial. This is gonna be the target. After taking the first partial, stop loss will be at the break even. Every single one of you, whoever is in this trade. Take the partial over here, hold the trade for this sell side liquidity. Here,
when it tap over there, that's gonna be the partial. Still it didn't tap here. Stop loss will be at the break even after clearing the partial. If it doesn't clear the partial, don't move your stop loss, put it over there. Even if it hit your stop loss, don't care, but don't move your stop loss. Cover the 50% that has been perfectly respected over there. From order block, 1:1%. Wait for the partial, then move your stop loss to the break even. If you are looking for buy, please take the buy. Don't wait for me or don't look at my analysis. Just go for the buy without any sort of confusion. Sugar, it's a losing trade. I am not asking any of you to copy my trade. If you think this is a losing trade, don't take this trade. It's a request to all of you. Take the partial over here, put the stop loss to the break even. If it stop you out to the break even, be happy with that. It should not stop you out right now. It should keep falling for this sell side liquidity. Put your stop loss to the break even without any sort of confusion. Put your stop loss to the break even. After clearing the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. Hold the trade for this sell side liquidity. There is no excuse, there is no other word, there is nothing. Hold it until here. You will be profitable. So far, it has provided you 44 handle. Even if you would love to, don't want to hold it for this, close the trade over here. It's more than enough for being profitable. I promise you, brother. I promise you, brother. It's more than enough for being profitable. It's trading this lower quadrant of this whole range. So it can start to reverse over here. Make sure your stop loss at the break even. I repeat, make sure your stop loss at the break even. Don't think twice. It should not come over here one more time. If it come here, it means it's a bullish market right now. So either it will take that sell side liquidity or it will reverse. Put your stop loss to the break even. I repeat. And Dogar Adan, I think you are the guy from the last time where you started to teach me how to trade this ICT concepts, if I'm not wrong. So your losing trade is going to give me almost 80 handle, unfortunately. So I hope you took the buy and you already got boom. Thank you. I promise you, brother, it's more than enough for being profitable. So if you'd love to close the trade over here, you can do that, man. If you want to hold it here, move your stop loss 50% above this gap. See this gap? Just put it above the 50% of this gap. You don't need to put the stop loss to the break even anymore. The 50% of this gap is more than enough to cover. So cover some profit over there. If it hit your target, boom. If it doesn't hit, got stopped out over there. Okay. Mark that gap, 50% of this gap, cover that 50% plus to handle by your stop loss and try to hold the trade for this sell side liquidity over here. So let's see if it can give you the boom or not. I will appreciate all of you guys. I will wait for Duggar to frame a trade today. So last day he didn't do that. So later came to the Discord, started to teach me again from the Discord. It was a bearish market or something like that. So I'll ask him to frame a trade for today. Okay, it's okay, absolutely. If your first trade is not working, absolutely okay. But the next trade, after the next trade, frame anything. Just frame anything for me. Your stop loss has to cover just this candle high right now. See this small gap over here? It should not violate this gap over here. If it really would love to fall and take that sell side for now. If I were you, I would just put my stop loss one tick above this high. See this candle? It's an OI candle, so I think here somewhere I would get stopped out over there if I were there. But at least you should cover some sort of profit over there. Otherwise, this sell side liquidity is going to be your target after putting the stop loss above the constant crossment of this gap. Don't put it to the break even right now. It can build the obvious liquidity over here. I don't think so it's going to do that, but at least for the sake of this conversation, Put your stop loss in the with some profit over there. And if you close it, you're done. Boom in my funded account, switching to Aval account now. Congratulations, Suzivan, for getting that boom, brother. Who else got the boom? I know that you are not going to write down boom as long as it's not going to take the sell side liquidity. It will take that sell side liquidity if you put your stop loss to the break even. For example, you will eventually will get your sell side liquidity to be hit. But you don't need that. I promise you, brother. That's the extreme target. You don't need that extreme target. But still, it's up to you. Dora, done for the day. Oh, okay, you took that trade as well. So I got two guy who actually were with me, didn't believe Dogran or something like that, his name. So that you guys didn't believe him. Thank you, man. Hi, Titu. So what are we doing with the challenge? I'm waiting on 22 IT model. Of course, man, whatever you model is, if you find that model, go for the trade. If you don't find that model, just don't take the trade. So whatever model you have uh, declared over there, wait for that specific model to appear on the chart. There you go. 80 handle, boom. Market open. How long? Now I would love to explain this. Why I was saying this as an order block. This is a very important part. Please try to understand. That is the wick that has cleared all of this buy side liquidity. Trade this 1 minute last FBZ. Look at the reaction from the top of this last FBZ. This is so precise. When I've seen that, I've marked the quadrant level. Next candle over here, it traded exactly to the 50% so beautifully. See, not even closed above the upper quadrant, lower quadrant of this wick. Then the next candle trade the lower quadrant as well as this wick, that specific wick that has traded by that wick. So I would love to show you that as well. I showed it this to you yesterday as well, but here traded the 50%, failed to trade the high upper quadrant, trade the 50%. This candle closed below this order block. Now it could simply tap to the low of this order block and then keep falling. It could do that. If it would do that, I would miss this trade, as I was looking for the entry from the opening because it's a big wick above, big wick below. So this small body was my order block, just the body, not the wick. I'm gonna eliminate the wick from my order block. Just wanna look, see the body. Tap to this order block, tap to this order block, tap to this order block, boom. What is that gap? Unfilled gap. That's why I'm saying put your stop loss above the 50% of this gap, because this gap should be unfilled. It should not fill 100%. Institutional order flow entry deal, I prefer it will tap here and it will fall. Actually didn't do that. Go back and to this unfilled gap, then fall, clear that sell side liquidity. How far it can fall? Remember this whole zone here? I'm watching, can the market come until here? When this market will come to the 50%, I don't need any kind of fall anymore. I can start to look for buy from there. But if it fall here, that's the best case of scenario to look for the buy. What is that area? Breaker block, 15-minute bullish FBZ, new week opening gap, new day opening gap. All of these things are over here. All I don't want to see this small 0.75 to be traded. I just don't want to see that. So now what I will do, I will keep waiting for the next opportunity. What type of opportunity? Sell or buy? Of course buy, man. Please. I'm not bearish. I'm bullish. So it's time to look for buy. Now guys, I prefer you guys to write down boom for me, and I can see some of you actually already done it. Thank you so much guys. I can give you the boom now, Chitu. It's a good trade no matter where you took the profit. I hope it keeps going and hit your target. Thank you so much, Phoenix, for that compliment, brother. If I get the compliment from most experienced guys, I really appreciate it. This guy has 15 years of experience. I really respect him for his experience and his trading style. Thank you so much, Phoenix, for giving me that. Sophia, I took it. I must learn how to keep a runner. I've already exited. It's okay, absolutely okay, sister. If you are already exited, congratulations, sister. For the challenge. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. But make sure that the entry is according to your model. Only trade macros. Okay, no problem. Perfect triple bottom taken. That's cool. Triple bottom, where is that? Ah, okay. So there was triple bottom here. Thank you, Sudivan. for showing us that. Thank you so much, brother. I'm not bearish anymore, I'm bullish. But if it keep falling, I'll let him fall until here to find a second opportunity to take the buy. But in my mind, I have already started to look for buy. I'm done for selling. I have already started to look for the buying opportunity. What is that guy? What was his name? I need to see the name. Dogar Adan. Dogar Adan. It's a losing trade. Dogar Adan is frame a trade. Noted for me, but big boom for you. No problem, Greg. My job is to just show you the price action. That's all. My job is that. That one trade is more than enough for saying that done for today. Done for today. I showed you how to wait for that setup, how to look for the PD array, then how to enter into the market. Sometimes I miss the trade, but it is February second week. I know that the PD arrays are going to start to work with so precisely. I have no fear, no fear anymore. Yeah, until January I was fear to frame the trade, but now, oh man, I don't care. Let's see if I have found something here. So it actually came here. It would be awesome, but if it could trade that area, it could be awesome, brother. It could be awesome. Let him fall a bit more. Come on, at least until that area. 257, 250. But I am not allowed to take any short of sell anymore. I have to let this go. If it would love to fall, then I have to start to look for the buy. Best area is this area at least, and then from here, any of this area. But selling is done for me. I'm not looking for any sort of sell anymore. Only buy is valid to me. So I'll wait for the buying opportunity right now. If it keep falling, I have already told you how far it can fall, either here or here. So this two line is the best two area to look for the buying opportunity. I'm gonna remove this because it's gonna be a lot of lines. I'm just gonna keep that over here. Going to remove this 15-minute gap from my 1-minute chart, as well as going to remove this from my 1-minute chart. So 1-minute chart will be so clean, we'll have no problem to see the market. 1 minute last FVG, and I'm gonna remove this hourly gap from my 1-minute chart as well. This is gonna be so clean, clean chart to you. Okay, I'm also going to remove this thing from my chart, which is that premium and discount. Remember, this is the low. So all I will remember, the low of this breaker block here is not, should not be touched. If it touched, I have to work with the bigger dealing range. So for now, I'll let this go. All I will remember, 250. Okay, so 250, which is here somewhere around that area, which is the 50% of that hourly bullish FBG, as well as the 4-hour water block. So if it can start to react from there, I'll start to look for the buy again from that area. Otherwise, I will wait for this market to fall here to look for the buy again. If you would love to go for any sort of trade, you can go for that. But right now for me is the time to wait a bit more to find more precision about the direction. Now I'm only bullish. No sell is valid to me. Thank you, Bilmont. Thank you, Donaldo, for writing boom. Thank you so much, man. Imtiaz, good bro. Thank you. Jeffrey, boom. Thank you, man. King, boom. Bye bye. In a batty boy head. Boom. Bye bye. In a batty boy head. That was nice. I have done it. Congratulations, brother. Hey, Sophia. Thanks for writing boom, sister. Ellie Bright, boom. Who took this trade with me? 15-minute last FVZ traded. What do you mean by that? 15-minute last FVZ is over here. That is the 15-minute last FVZ around that area. This is the entry FVZ over here. Of course, it can respect from that entry FVZ. I have no problem with that. But I prefer, even if it would love to respect from this entry FVZ, it will tap at least over here, which is the 50% of that. See this order block. Let me actually keep it exactly the line, same line here for the block line. Okay. If I go to the hourly chart, almost the 50% is over here. If it reach here, that would be the awesome. Otherwise, I have to deal with the market. Nothing to do. Of course, it can reverse from there, but I'm not interested to go for any sort of trade right now. Would love to wait a bit more to see if it really would love to go higher. Okay, so please, because the market didn't reach the area I was interested to see, it will reach at first, and then I have to take the decision. It can start to reverse from here. There is nothing wrong, but I will just wait a bit more. Still now, I don't have any 22 YT model. Some of you can look for the 22 YT model over here. This swing high is not valid for shifting market structure to me. So even if this high has been shifted, it's not my 22 YT model. If you feel like this is the 22 YT model, you are welcome to go for the trade. Of course, it can work, but I'm just not interested to see that as my 22 YT model. Boom, wizard. Thank you, Jamie. Hey, Jamil, I took that trade too. Thank you so much. Hey, Tarun. Uh, you also got that? Congratulations, brother, for that boom. Stop trading. Stop over trading. 80 handle is not enough for some people, but if you are with me, then 80 handle is more than enough for you. Even not 80 handle, 40, 50 handle is more than enough. Should be more than enough for you. SMT, the function. Please don't provide me any sort of information, because if you give me the information, I will get confused. Okay, I would love to strict with my information. I put it over there. If you give me more information, I will get more confused. So for example, I'm now looking for buy because of your information. Maybe I'll my mind will start to think that okay, change your bias, look for sell one more time. This type of things happens, brother. So if you see something good, good. Just don't give me that information. I hope you'll understand, brother, why I'm saying that. Even if there is SMT, I'm just asking. I don't know. Yeah, there is an SMT. Of course, there is a good SMT. My problem is why you are asking about the SMT. I mean, I'm not convinced about that fall. Okay, this fall is not convincing for me, so I'm not interested to see it will start to go higher from here. If it would tap to this line, which is the 50% or the water block, anything, then it appeared on the chart, I would start to look for buying opportunity by marking the gaps. There is no 22 YT model for me, however. But yeah, at the same time, as this market didn't fall until the certain level, I'm not interested to look for buy right now. I will wait for this market to confirm that it's bullish, then maybe I'll start to look for buy. But for now, I'm not interested to look for the buy. Just for me, I'll just wait a bit more to see it's really bullish or not. Right now I'm just watching, is this market taking the liquidity? So take that liquidity to that liquidity. Is it interested to take that high as well, trade this gap, which is an unfilled gap, make a breaker block, then start to fall or not? If it keep going higher from there, I'll start to look for buy again here, from here somewhere. Okay, but I'm bullish now, but for that bullishness I need more confirmation to break all the bearish PDR at first, as the market is reversing, not exactly from where I was expecting it will reverse. If it would tap over here, I would start to look for buying opportunity. As it didn't do that, even though it has traded the 15-minute entry FVG as well as the hourly bullish FVG, still I'm not confident to go for the buy. I need this market to trade some sort of specific level to give me the confidence to go for the buy. So I'm just watching how it is going to react with this gap, which should be unfilled. And after filling this gap, can it build a bearish breaker block over here to give me a new selling opportunity, or does it really would love to keep going higher? I hope you got the point of this gap prior to 9:30. This is that gap prior to 9:30 and how I used this gap. Same gap yesterday I showed you. You guys remember, this is that gap over here from 15-minute chart prior to 9:30. I also showed you this gap, how to use this gap yesterday. If you still take the notes from me and use this type of information for your analysis, you will never ever ever fall into the trap. I promise you, brother. Oh, brother, it is going higher. You are wrong. This is not falling. I told you it will go higher, but I'm just not interested to frame any sort of trade right now as long as this market is not going to go above this gap, because it didn't reach to the level I wanted it to reach at first. As it didn't do that, I'm not going to frame any trade from this area. We'll love to let the market go closed above this gap, then I'll start to frame the trade. At the same time, if it doesn't take that high over here and build any low, sorry, high, low, higher high, the lowest down close body close candle, I'll use that as a breaker block to take sell again. So you're bearish? Of course not, I'm bearish. I'm of course bullish, but I need the confirmation. You're missing all the trade. I don't care, man. I have already got that run. I don't need to catch every single run. Could you get that run? Of course, I could do that if it would tap to this line. How did you do that? I'm gonna show you this how I would do that. See this gap, the last gap. Tap to this gap, fall, took that liquidity, closed this gap. Sorry, it should be actually from this volume imbalance, a small volume imbalance. I missed it. Tap, tap to this gap, fall, take that liquidity, closed above this gap, tap to this gap, boom. I would start to look for that buy if it could tap to this line. Just I would start to look for buy from there. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. I didn't frame any trade over there. Murshad, hi Titu. I took the trade, but I moved my stop too close to the break even and it took me out of trade. Which one it took? Murshad, buy or sell? Because if you take the sell, you should not get stopped out here. There was no possibility to get stopped out over here. That is the candle gave you the entry, the next candle started to fall. If you took the buy, I have no idea why did you take the buy and how you get stopped out actually. Wow, that is a good run. I just, I wish it could tap over here. I would be able to catch the whole run. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. I'm just not taking any trade. Okay, let's watch it. Got macro buy. Congratulations, Divanshu, down for today. Congratulations, brother, for you. Boom. If you are in that challenge group, discipline challenge group, make sure that you have posted your trade at the end of the day. So every time you will done your trade, start to post it. Don't do that after the market close from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Try to post it over there. I was setting up to take the 22 YT model, but market didn't give entry opportunity. To me, there is no 22 YT model. If you find the 22 YT model, go for that. For me, there was no 22 YT model. I took the sell at 9:37. You're late. If you ever miss the trade, don't chase the market. So you missed the entry here. You can't take entry over there. You can't do that. It has already moved 50% of the range for the sell side liquidity. So you can't enter over here. I'm gonna wait for this market from 15-minute chart to close above this gap over here. Then if it come back again to this gap, I will start to look for buy from there. So all it has to do, it has to close above this box. See this box over here? It has to close above this box, then come back again to this box. Then I will start to look for the buying opportunity from there. As long as it's not going to do that, I'm not interested to look for any sort of buy. It will keep going higher. I'll let them go. This swing high didn't trade any FVZ over here. Yeah, you can add the volume imbalance. I don't care about the volume imbalance. Well, it is about the 22 YT model. I only care about the week to week. So not the volume imbalance. I'm not interested to add the volume imbalance to marking a swing high as a valid swing high for shifting market structure. As this high didn't trade any FVZ, as well as it doesn't have a swing high on its left, a swing high on its right, I'm not interested to use this high as my swing market structure shift or something like that. It is the market structure shift, but not the market structure shift to take my entry. For the market, it can be the market structure shift, but for me to take the entry, no, it didn't actually do that. However, this candle has closed above this gap, come back again, tap to this gap on my right hand side. Now I'm interested to look for a buy. So let's see if I can frame the buy right now. Any short of buying opportunity above the 50% of this last FBZ from 1 minute chart, I'll look for that buy. Otherwise, if it fall too far, then I'll start to look for buy from here for this relatively equal highs around that area. So there is two type of opportunity right now for me to look for the buy. Either this market will go and closed above this last FBZ, will take the buy from there, or this market will fall far more. I'll just go for the quadrant level from here to here, upper quadrant 50%, any of this level it will come. I'll start to look for buy from here for this relatively equal highs. If it doesn't fall, closed above this last FBZ, tap to this last FBZ, I don't need to worry about anything else, go for the buy from there, something like this. From here, if it close, okay, remember it's very important, it has to close above this gap, and then depending on the candle, I'll put my stop loss. Where is gonna be the target? This buy side liquidity. See this high, that high, relatively equal highs. That's gonna be the buy side liquidity or the target. So the line is kind of 29. So 428, 428, something like that. 420. It's very near actually. I'll hold it. Okay, I'll just hold it. Let's see how it is going to react from there. I prefer it will trade this gap, fall, take some sort of liquidity, trade any of this area, then it will start to go ahead. That is the best case of scenario for me to take that buy. Otherwise, this is the only opportunity I will have to take. And stop loss will be depending on the candle. Of course, I should put it here. I think 26 candle is good. Here is good, not bad. High of this hourly gap is 436. 436 here from one. This will be the trade. If it actually doesn't fall, doesn't take that low, closed above this last FVZ, this could be the trade. If it fall, take that low, I will start to look for the buying opportunity from here. Whatever this market is going to provide me, I'll take it. And this will be like adjusted depending on the candle while it will inverse this last gap. There was a beautiful first presented fair value gap as well. Oh man, I really forgot to. Yeah, that's the first presented FBZ. So tap to this first presented FBZ and then, oh, yeah, it is also awesome, brother. Thank you so much. I really forgot about the first presented gap. I should have added that things also sometimes, but I forgot about that. What if was in 30-second chart? Man, I was talking about 1 minute chart. From 1 minute chart, there is no 22 YT model. If you go to your 15-second chart, you will see a so beautiful setup over there around here while it trade this high of this gap. I just told you to go to your 15-second chart to see the magic over there. However, you can check it from there. And from the 15-second or 30-second chart, if there was a setup, of course you can go for that. Okay, I mean, from this time frame there is no 22 IT model. While looking NQ, yes is more bullish. I trade NQ chart. I got the precision from NQ chart, so I love to trade NQ chart, brother, instead of ES chart. I was a ES trader 3 years ago. So when ICT moves to NQ, I moved along with him. Now there's last fair value cap stands for the last fair value cap. Thank you so much, Eiffel Trader. Sometimes I miss the. Can this be 22 YT short of the 1 minute last A visit makes market structure shift and FVZ? First of all, if you look for a bearish model here, there is no market structure shift, there is no liquidity taken, there is nothing. You can't look for a market structure shift and 22 YT model over here. It has built the buy side liquidity here. So you can't look for a 22 YT model right now from there. I'm talking from the 1 minute chart. I don't know what happened to your 30-second or 15-second chart. If there is any, according to the understanding, you can go for that. But for me, that is not the good area to look for sell anymore. You should not look for sell anymore. So if it fall, it means you have to let the fall go to take the buy. If it doesn't fall, closed one tick above this gap, that's gonna be the buy for me from here. If it take me, okay. If it doesn't take me, that's a bad luck. Okay, it's a bad luck actually. Market just didn't give me the opportunity. If it would give me the opportunity, I would go for the buy again from here. I missed this buy over here just because market didn't come. The area I was interested to see, market will come. As it didn't come over here, I missed this buy over there. That was the opportunity here for me. If the market could fall, I could frame this buy. As the market didn't fall, that was my only opportunity to go for the trade. That means market will close above this, tap to this gap, I'll take the buy again. And how long I'll look for that buy? This buy side liquidity is my target for today. So until this buy side liquidity, which is over here, you can see. Can you take the entry right now? You can't take the entry right now. The reason is liquidity has been cleared. That last FVZ was holding the market to stop the market to take the liquidity that has been cleared. This relatively equal highs from here to here has been cleared. It's time to wait again. So for one trade only. So I'm just watching how it has go through this line. It's so much speed to me. I can use this gap to take the buy, but I'm not going to take the buy from this gap. I will wait for the order block to be created here to take the buy from that gap. So if the market build an order block with this gap, I'll go for the buy from here for this buy side liquidity. That guy who has actually told me about the SMT, thank you so much, brother. I don't have extra monitor, so I'm not able to use this type of SMT things. But if you can use this SMT, you even don't need to look for some perfection around that area. You don't need them, even if you can use that SMT over there. So I really appreciate it, brother. But as I don't have extra monitor right now, I'm not able to watch all of these things. I have to start looking at the market again from the beginning just to adjust or just to add that SMT. That's why I told don't give me extra information. But otherwise, you have done a good job, brother. Whoever actually told me about the SMT, you have done a good job. Look at the speed through that liquidity line. Okay, so here this is the liquidity line over here. I'm just not marking it. Let me actually mark it. It'll be easier for you to understand which one I'm talking about. So this is the high. It went through this high so beautifully over here. It's time to see, is it sweeping liquidity or is it interested to keep going higher for that buy side liquidity? So how you are going to take the trade, this gap which is aligned with the liquidity level is a very strong gap. I just can't simply believe in this gap. I will wait for the order block to be created to take the buy from the order block for this buy side liquidity, which is the target for me today. My target is this buy side liquidity today. So I will try to catch the run from the order block until this buy side liquidity, which is near about 70 handle, something like that. If I can catch at least 40 handle out of the 70 handle, I'm more than happy for that. So all I need to see, can it build the order block to give me the buying opportunity? I just don't want to believe this gap blindly. I need the confirmation. If you are looking for sell, please go for that. Old opening range gap, 1544 old opening range gap. Let me see. That's gonna be broken for sure, brother. I'm so much confident that's gonna be broken. Yeah, already it has closed it. I think so. It has already closed it. Other gap. It has already closed that gap 100%. Yeah. So it didn't build the order block yet, so I can't use this candle as a buy opportunity from that order block. I have to wait for the order block to be created at first if I would love to take the buy from that area. Otherwise, I have to let this go, guys. I'm not interested to go for every single leg. I am waiting. I'm love to wait for the exact same thing, then go for that. Inner Circle Trader is asking, what did you learn? So I want to ask you guys, what did you learn? Did you learn how the market fall and then started to go higher? Yeah, it's not precise, because if it could fall a bit more, I would take that leg as well. But just because it didn't fall a bit more, how many handles? Just here to here, just for 9 handles, something like that. Just for 9 handle, I missed this big leg. But however, we knew that how it is going to work. It was not precise, we didn't take the buy. Took the sell, we'll start to look for the buy. Unfortunately, didn't do that. So it's time to wait for the next opportunity. What did you learn from here? Did you learn something? Or you're just watching how I took the entry? Never ever 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 focus on my entries. Focus how I'm framing the trades, how I'm framing the run to happen. We trading inside 1 hour fair value gap. I know that, brother. It's already marked over here, brother. I can see that. Thank you for that information as well. Another beautiful delivery today. Took a beautiful short, then a beautiful long for my main draw. Previous day high, down for the day. Congratulations, brother, for your boom. This is what I'm trying to teach you guys. This is what I'm trying to teach you guys. Take it, man. Please. You have to know that exactly how this market is going to work. From exactly to this last FVZ or the prior to 9:30 FVZ, exactly over here. More precisely, 1 minute last FVZ here. Follow the market, clear the liquidity, trade that hourly gap. Just because of this 10 handle, I missed this run. But however, if it could 10 touch 10 more handle, that buy would be my buy. Now it's time to wait to see how it's going to work. See, I didn't take the buy here. I was waiting for the order block to be created. Market didn't create the order block. I'm not going to take the buy. So I'm waiting to see what it wants to really do. Taking that relatively equal loss, come back again here, then wanna give me a buying opportunity. I'm gonna accept that buy. T2, I took entry from that 10 a.m. candle. You took the entry from the 10 a.m. candle. Okay. And got 50 points. Congratulations, Jamil. If you get that 50 points, congratulations to you, brother. So cleared all the buy side liquidity, cleared all the sell side liquidity. What it can do right now? Look for this low, dealing range low, dealing range high. Observe this candle right now. How this is the leg, I don't know what is going to happen, but the next leg is my leg where I know what I should do. But this leg, I have no idea how far it will fall. Is it falling for this upper quadrant? Is it falling for this 50%? Is it falling for the lower quadrant? I don't know how much it will fall. After the fall is done, I will start to look for buy again. So this leg I will let them go, and the next leg I'll enter for the buying opportunity. No sell, remember, no sell, only buy. Dow is dropping. Let's see if I can start to go higher and Dow is going to follow me. It's a bullish market, extremely bullish market. It's just falling for the retracement. I hope for this entry gap, and then it will start to go higher again. It's my opinion, just opinion, but it's extremely bullish. Yeah, ES is also bullish. NQ is bit consolidating, but I hope they will all join together. Hold last FVZ or the unfilled gap. Do I have any value? No, no value. Why did you keep it? Just to observe, does it respect this gap or not? I will show you every single opportunity and every single logic behind going for a trade. But make sure you have pushed the like button. How many likes? How many likes did I get? How many people are watching? 169 people are watching, 90 likes. Can you guys please make 10 more likes so it's gonna be 100 likes? I hope I'll get some subscriber as well today. I'm just struggling to get 12,000 subscriber very soon. Wish I'll get that very soon. Time to wait. You have to understand when you should wait. Here, did even after seeing these candles, did I told you to wait for that? No. It's the time to go for the trade because job is done over here. That candle. Then the next candle trade the exact area I wanted to see. Body, where did it close? Lower quadrant. This same information I'm delivering you again, again, and again. Your job is to capture that information. Take the notes. Assalamualaikum, ma. Sorry guys, I have to take this call actually. Strange how MNQ dropped from February 4th regular trading hour opening range gap high. A lot of information is over there. Not interested right now of this information. Would love to see can I frame another buy. Remember, I'm looking for buy. Whoever is looking for sell, you're welcome. You're congratulations. Oh, congratulations actually, and you are welcome. I'm looking for buy. It came here, trade this new day opening gap here. See on my right hand side, this is today's new day opening gap here. It came here, tap to this new day opening gap. Can it start to go higher? For the first time, it will close above this gap. I will wait for the order block again to be created to take the buy from this gap. Brother, can I take the sell? Of course, you can take the sell. If you want, you can go for anything, but I'm not looking for any sort of sell. I'm just watching how it is trading this zone around that area. So after trading this zone, it will start to go higher again. It's my belief. I wanna see it will go higher for this buy side liquidity. That is my target for today. I wanna see it will go for that. So if it do that, I'll go for that. If it doesn't do that, I'll just keep waiting for the opportunity market is going to provide me. Can I take the sell? I can take the sell if and only if market come here. See this line? When this market will come here, after that, I will start to look for sell. As long as it's not going over there, I'm not looking for sell. All I need to look for a buying opportunity. The first time it will close above this gap, build a down close body close candle as an order block. We'll take the buy from there for this buy side liquidity right now. I'm watching how this market is trading the quadrant levels. Upper quadrant, 50%, lower quadrant. Any of them can be traded before this market going higher. So I'm just watching them. Old last FVC has been broken over here. If I wanted to use this one, this gap, that is already my buy over here. See here, that is already my buy by putting the stop loss below here. Very risky. Just because of that, I moved it here and observing this gap, which is now very important to me. What type of gap is that? You know better than me. You know 1,000 times better than me what type of gap. Why I'm waiting for the water block? You also know that why I'm waiting for the water block, because the buy side is still open over there. T2 price take previous day high. Shouldn't it go to previous day low? That's the theme I have explained at the beginning. That's the reason I was waiting for this fall at first, not to go higher at first. The first half an hour has been explained that things why it should not go higher or previous day high because of the date. So it has to fall first, so that when it is going to clear previous day high, it will not start to look for the previous day low. Just because of that, I needed this leg over here. Just to rewatch that part one more time, it will clear all of your doubts, Jamil. I can be wrong. It can start to keep falling. I'm not interested to touch that fall. I am going for the buy for this buy side liquidity, which is my target for today. And today's market have to close above this line over here. It has to close above there, above that line. There's no other opportunity. I'm just afraid maybe I'll miss this trade because it's not going to build any sort of water block over there. I'm just afraid of that. But I wish I'll get that opportunity. If this market leave this gap open, which is going to work as a breakaway gap, then there is a high probability I'll miss this trade if it leave that open, and if it works as a breakaway gap. If you are looking for sell, please go for that. I will have no problem with that. Go for sell without any sort of confusion. Just go for that. I'm not looking for any sort of sell. I'm interested to look for buy only. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, and please let me know if I get 100 likes. Please let me know that. Why the chat is very quiet. I'm not seeing any ICT PhD holders comments. Seriously, I'm interested to see some ICT PhD holders comment right now. I told you it is going higher, brother. 101 likes. Wow. Thank you so much, guys, for pushing the like button and making it 100 likes. I really appreciate it, guys. I have no word to say you. I wish I will never ask for the money or mentorship course or anything from you guys because you have pushed the like button. This is really a great give and take. I'm giving you the information, you are giving me the likes. Give and take. However, guys, it's the time to smoke. But remember, it's don't try this at home. Okay. The discipline challenge has me joined in and quiet. Oh, okay, okay, okay. We reached 100 likes. Thank you so much, Marbra. Any of the baby can tell me that what I'm waiting for here. Even the baby can tell me that. I mean, know that what I'm waiting for. Body close above this gap, tap this gap, down close, body close candle. That candle will be inversed. I'll look for the buy from that candle. Oh man, you are going to be so late. If this is a bullish market and if it really would love to go for that buy side liquidity, I don't care if I take the entry here or if I take the entry there. I don't care because I'm gonna get that run. If it doesn't want to go higher, then I don't need to enter over here, right? I don't need it. So I need the confirmation at first. Absolutely, sister. Game over. Hey, Jinjit, I'm just afraid if it leave this gap open, I will miss this trade. But I wish it's not going to leave this gap open. Okay, perfect. It has now traded this gap. I am pretty much confident I'm not going to miss the trade if it is started to go higher or when it will start to go higher. What I'm waiting here? Oh, sorry, what I'm doing here? Waiting. What the market is doing here? Waiting. See, I am waiting. Market is also waiting.
It's not moving anywhere. It's just consolidating around the same level. How I am avoiding this consolidation? Just by waiting. How did I know that it's going to be consolidated? I didn't know that. I was waiting for the PT array to create over there to take the entry. It didn't do that. I'm not taking the trade. I'm just waiting. I talk too much, but I hope it's insightful for a lot of you guys. If this low is taken, I will not wait for the order block here to create. Instead of that, we'll go for the trade. While it will close above this gap, tap to this gap, I'll in a buy. I will be in a buy model if it take that low. If it failed to take that low, I will wait for the order block to be created and then we'll take the buy. So everything is going to depend on this low. And look at the importance of this gap as well. While I was explaining, if this gap is open, there is a high probability I'll miss the trade. When this gap is closed, now look at the reaction from this gap for this low. I just not looking for sell, just because of that I'm not framing this sell. If I was looking for a sell as well, this could be my selling opportunity from there for this low. More importantly, to the 50% of this dealing range. Just I'm not looking for the sell. I'm letting the sell go to take the buy because my bias is bullish. So there is a high probability I'll be wrong here. I don't want to take that risk to be wrong over there. Deep here plus order block entry, A plus setup. Go for that, brother. Whoever will feel good, go for that trade. Don't wait for others' confirmation. Don't wait for others' compliment. Just go for the trade. For me, there is nothing yet. I will wait for this candle first to close out this and then wait for the order block to take the entry. And this time, I will only wait. I'm pretty much confident I'm not going to miss the trade just because it has traded this gap. If it wouldn't trade this gap, there would be a possibility I would miss this trade. So what I would do, well, the body will close out this gap. Maybe I would enter over there exactly without building any sort of order block or something like that. I would take that type of risk. But as the market trade this gap, I'm not interested to see that I'm gonna miss this trade. Remember what I'm looking for. Only buy, only buy, only buy. Let's see what Dow is doing. Dow should start to go higher. Still it didn't. Okay. Slowly, slowly, but definitely it will follow the lead. This is February, so I'm not saying if. There is nothing if. February means precise price action. There is no confusion. Not there. I talked about the upside here somewhere. Yeah, there could be some kind of sell opportunity, brother. There could be. I just don't know. I'm not looking for sell, so I'm not taking any short of sell. We'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. Guys, don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel. Whoever is new, I promise you, brother, this channel will help you a lot to understand the ICT concepts. Give me 1 week and then you decide, am I worthy to watch or not? Why I'm forcing you, because I see a lot of chaos on the channel or on the Twitter, on the social media. ICT concepts doesn't work. Come on, man. This is so precised, so precised. This game is so precised. More importantly, in February. I posted a screenshot on X to. Thank you so much, NQ Slayer. I know that you are going to tag me. I'll watch it, man. I'll watch it. If now we have a breakout, we should take this low. What did you say? This gap? That means you mean to say if this gap is broken, it should fall. No, it has already. If you are looking for sell, the sell has been already from here. You don't need to wait for this to break one more time, then take the entry. That sell is already over there. High is should be protected. If you are looking for bearish, I'm not looking for bearish, so I didn't frame this trade. But if I were
bearish today. For example, I'm now looking for the bearishness. Stop loss have to cover the highest up close body close candle, at least the min threshold, at least the min threshold. Best is to the top of this order block. Target this 50% over here, which is the range 50%. I would start to look for sell from there. I'm not looking for sell, so I'm not framing this sell. It in the situation like this when you are looking for buys but the market left relatively equal lows 955 and 1004 are they going to play any important roles? You are looking for this as a sell side liquidity. I don't see any sell side liquidity over here. As long as it's not building any sort of clean lows, I'm not worrying about that. But if there is a clean lows, then maybe I'll miss the buying opportunity. Here, it didn't even build any sort of liquidity around that area. No liquidity left over there. Nothing. It's just trading. On my right hand side, you can simply see it's just trading this gap, that gap, which is that gap, last FVG. It's working as an inverse way. It will close one tick of this gap, build an order block. I'll take the buy from there without any sort of confusion. Those people who are looking for the 22 YT model, this swing high is valid for shifting market structure. If you got the market structure shift, maybe there will be a fair value gap. That could be your entry opportunity from the best 22 YT model. Market structure shift, breakaway gap. If it build another entry gap over here, that's going to be the entry fair value gap where you should take the entry by covering the breakaway gap. This is the buy side liquidity. That's going to be your target if you are looking for 22 YT model. I'm not giving you a model entry signal. I'm just telling you the fact over here. So those people who look for this YT model, 22 YT model, it was not a valid 22 YT model. Even if it was valid, it didn't give you the opportunity. But this time, it has built the best 22 YT model ever. So this could be the gap, only gap. Let's see if it can build another gap or not. I'm just gonna switch the color. So here, for example, I'm looking for 22 YT model. In that type of scenario, right now, this is the entry opportunity as long as it's not building any sort of gap over here. Stop loss just a bit below this wick over here, and your target is this buy side liquidity. Those people who are looking for 22 YT model, I'm not taking any trade from 22 YT model. I'm trying to show you this gap for last few months. That's why I'm not framing the 22 YT model entries. If I were looking for the 22 YT model, this is my 22 YT model. So either this is going to be the breakaway gap as long as it's not building another entry gap over here, around here. If it is the entry gap here, then the entry is going to be from there and stop loss below this low, which is 41 handle. I'll never be able to do that. What I will do is put it over here down to that area below this breakaway gap. Take the entry here from the the maximum 5 candle. I'll allow this market to trade this gap to take the entry. After taking this entry, we'll go for that 1:1 partial here, like there, 1:1 partial. Target is gonna be this buy side liquidity over here. Those people who are looking for 22 YT model, this is your 22 best model ever. Whatever model you have learned so far, this is the model of 22 YT. Oh man, like first partial. I will only wait for the order block entry. So I'm not observing this 22 YT model over here. Okay. So I'm going to remove this, but you can keep it in mind in your mind. Okay. So I'm watching this lowest down close body close candle to build it as an order block to take the buy from this order block. If it do that, I'll go for this trade. If it doesn't do that, I'll not take any sort of trade. What is that? Breakaway gap. Entry gap, breakaway gap. What did it trade? 50% of this breakaway gap. What should it do? Start to go higher now. For me, I'll look for this high to get violated to take the entry from this order block. I'm not looking for the 22 YT model over here. The best low is here, which is nearly impossible for me to cover. Even this low I can't cover for the 22 YT model. That's I'm not also framing the 22 YT model over here. I'll put the stop loss over here somewhere, just below this breakaway gap as well as below this gap here, just to see if it can survive. If I don't survive, I'll keep watching this market to see how far it can fall. As long as this low is not taken, it will close above this entry gap again. I'll go for that buy again, because this is the low that has cleared the liquidity over here. Liquidity cleared, build a swing high, market structure shift, entry gap, breakaway gap, entry gap, entry, cover that low, go for the trade. I'm not able to do that, will not go for the trade. If it doesn't build the water block, I'll not go for this trade. I'll wait for that perfect 20, water block entry opportunity from there. Otherwise, will not take the any sort of trade over here. By the way, if I were in this trade, okay, just let's talk about this a bit more. Because some of you will think that your best 22 item model didn't work. This is the low. At least it has to be covered by your stop loss. Then this low, finally, if you want to save, like you want to play the safe, this is the safe area. Now how much is that? 71 handle. Think like that. My prediction is wrong, I got the loss. How much I'm going to take the loss? 71 handle. What I will do, I'll simply put my stop loss here somewhere, like depending on the price action. Okay, here somewhere we'll get stopped out around that area. We'll let this market to fall. As long as it fall, it will close above this gap. I'll take re-entry from there. Why? Because I knew that my stop loss should be here. I was not able to put it here. I put tight stop loss by covering just the breakaway gap. I got stopped out, so it's gonna be my re-entry opportunity from that entry gap. And the next time, I believe it will work 100% for sure. But it's time to wait for the setup. Why market is struggling to break that area? First of all, this is the last fair value from the hourly chart. New day opening gap high, daily bearish range. Remember the big bearish gap high. Every single thing is over here. As long as this market is not going to close from 15-minute chart at least above this line, which is the new day opening gap high, it can keep respecting that line. Keep respecting that line. So I need a confirmation here to take the buy. As long as I'm not going to get that confirmation, I'm not going to take that trade. I'll wait for that confirmation to take the trade. If I don't get the confirmation, I'm not going to take the trade. Time to wait. Even if this market take that low, just simply that low, I will wait for this market to close one more time to take re-entry from there without confirmation or without any sort of order block. All I need to see, this market respected this gap and took some sort of liquidity. So this liquidity is more than enough for me to say that market has cleared the liquidity. So here it has cleared it, closed above this gap, will not wait for anything, simply go for the trade from there without any sort of confirmation of the order block. Previously, I had to wait for the order block to confirm that buy run because it didn't clear any liquidity. This time it has cleared the liquidity, so I will simply go for the trade while it will close above this gap. Tap to this gap, I'm already in a trade. So my next entry is going to happen if, when, sorry, not if, when this market will close one tick above this gap, the next candle will tap to this gap. That's going to be my buy. The second trade for today. Target is this buy side liquidity. The second trade is going to happen from here today. First trade, second trade. I'm just waiting to see how this market is going to close above this high. Just above one tick above that gap. I'm in a trade already. It will keep consolidating. I'll let him consolidate as long as it wants to consolidate. I'm waiting certain things here. It will give me that, I'll go for the trade. Didn't give me that, not going to take the trade. I'll put this here while the setup will appear, then I'll put it over there. So do you understand why I was looking for water block at first and will let this losing trade go? Because it didn't clear the liquidity, so I have to let this go. After clearing that liquidity, I don't need to worry about to fall one more time to clear the liquidity. So liquidity has been cleared. It can take this low, it can take that low, it can take that low. I don't care. But liquidity has been cleared. Next time it close above this gap, good to go for that buy without any sort of confusion. No, brother, it's a bearish market. Take the sell without any sort of confusion. Go for the sell. I'm not looking for sell. I'm not going to take any sort of sell. I'll look for only buy. Bit more time, okay? The 22 IT model is gonna be invalidated if this low is taken. This 22 IT model is not valid anymore if this low is taken. As long as it's not going to take that low, the next time it will close above this entry gap again, that's gonna be re-entry from that entry gap, as long as this market is not going to clear that low. If this low is taken, this entry model or 22 IT model is not valid anymore. As long as it's not going to take this low, it's the best 22 IT model ever in this market. Only thing is problem here is we are not able to put our stop loss below that low because it's a big range, right? Huge range. If you are wrong, you are going to take a 70 handle loss. I'm not interested to catch that big loss over there. I have taken short. Good luck, brother. I wish you'll get your boom, brother. Just make sure you have taken some partial before hitting your target. So if you take the partial, you'll be safe over there. Those people who are looking for short, please go for that. Wherever you'll find an opportunity, look for the short. I'm just not trying to give you the short or buy. I'm just trying to explain you how you should wait for the trade and how you should look for the price action. I'm just trying to show that to you so that you can open your eyes. You can see the things you are not seeing right now. I don't know how it is going to happen, but at the end of the day, you will see it is doing exactly the same thing I'm expecting at the end of the day, because I can't move forward the chart as it is not the replay mode. So I have to wait every single minute to print a candle on the chart. So while the session will be finished, you will see exactly what happened. Whatever I was expecting, it happened over there. If you are looking for sell, go for that. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm just waiting to see if the candle can close one tick of this gap one more time. If it do that, I'll take the buy from that gap without any sort of confusion. And we'll expect this is going for that buy side liquidity. Now it can happen actually around 10:50 to 11:10 macro. So it can waste 7 more minutes around that area before going higher. It can do that. Time is the main factor here. I'm just waiting. If you are looking for these lows over here, just look at what happened over there. It has just respected the new day opening gap on my right hand side here. See, it just respected that new day opening gap. So that's why it fall that far to respect this new day opening gap, and then it rejected from there. So I don't want to see it will go back again to clear that lows because they're not important for the market. Market needed to fall so that people can start to think that I caught the top. This is the top. Take the sell from there. They took the sell, market started to fall. Respect so many times here, they're thinking this is going to fall. But actually, what market has done? Market fall, trade that new day opening gap. Now it started to go higher. The last candle is going to trade the 50% of this world bearish last gap, which is over here. The 50% of that, this is the last leg. Traded that, should go higher now. Let's see if it can close one tick above this gap. That's going to be my next sell for today. sorry, next buy for today, the second trade for today. Those people who are already profitable, you don't need to take this sell, sorry, this buy. You can simply wait for, I mean, you can simply watch the market because you are already profitable. You don't need to take another boom or something like that. You don't need that. Brother, why you are not looking for all of these bearish period? Because they are not important to me. They are going to be violated. Try to understand the fact, brother. So this time, after clearing the liquidity, I'm watching this gap, how it is going to hold the market. Can it respect the gap? Can the market respect this gap so beautifully? Yesterday PM session, I showed you the entry I posted on my YouTube channel, where I showed you how to wait for the liquidity to be cleared, and then the FBZ, when you should mark the FBZ as a valuable FBZ. This is that area where I should mark this FBZ, and I should expect this FBZ is going to work so beautifully. Market is going to respect this FBZ, will start to go higher from here. This is that FBZ. So until now, no bullish FBZ was confident to me if I avoid the 22 IT model. Okay, just forget about that because I'm not interested to talk about the 22 IT model. But here, this is the first bullish FBZ that is so much important to me. I don't want to see it's going to be violated. I want to see it will be respected. Market will start to go higher. I want to see that. Try to understand why I want to see that, because liquidity has been cleared. Market came here respecting the 50%, which is this entry gap. This entry gap is sending the market lower to trade the bullish PDRA. This is going to be broken. Market will break this last FBZ as well. Tap to this gap, let's start to go higher. Time to run, time to fly. So can I take the buy from here? Highly risky, highly risky. No need to take that risk. Wait for this candle to close one tick above this gap. Did it close? Yes. Tap to this gap? Yes. But it's gonna be your stop loss just below this gap, just one tick below this gap. Best to put it here. Can you do that? I can't. I can do that. 31 handle. I can do that. I don't need to do that. So what I will do, I'll just keep it over there. 26 handle. Is that more than enough? Of course. Where is gonna be your stop? I mean partial. Remember, this is gonna be my second trade for today. It will close above this gap. I will not wait for the order block. Tap to this gap. I'm already in a trade. This is the second trade for today. If the body close one tick above this gap, tap to this gap, I'm gonna take this trade. My first partial is gonna be here, which is 1:1, and I will hold the trade for this buy side liquidity. Actually, I'm not going to do that. The reason is I need your boom, so I will not do that. I will just close the trade as soon as possible. So it will close one tick above this gap. Next candle tap to this gap. I'm already in a trade. This is the second trade for today. Body doesn't close above this gap, no trade is valid. Body has to close above this gap. Where it can come back again one more time to trade this order block. Not a good order block, but still that is a order block. See how it is respecting this gap? Did you know that? Of course, we have to understand that when the gap is going to be respected so beautifully. If you don't know that, you are what you are doing then. I'm just afraid if it started just close very near to the high, doesn't close one tick above this, instead of that closed one tick below this gap and then it started to go higher. I'm just I don't want to see that. That only thing I don't want to see. I just want to see it will do the best thing. That means closed above this gap, then it will give me the entry, then it will start to run. But if the candle close very near to this high, but not above the high, maybe I will not wait for the candle close. I will just go for the trade. I'll tell that actually. Immediately I'll tell that when I will see the candle closing. Whoever is interested to take the sell, please go for that. I will have no problem with that. Violated this gap. I didn't want to see it will violate this gap. Okay, it has been violated, means this is going to fall one more time to take the liquidity, and then maybe it will give me the entry. Perfect. So last FVZ reaction, send the market lower again, take the liquidity. Brother, the way you were saying it is going to respect, it didn't respect. You took the losing trade. No, I was waiting for the confirmation. Did it give it to you? No. So that's mean Don't take me. I will go one more time lower to take one more time liquidity before going higher. So let me go follow one more time before going higher. I'm letting him go. Last FVG reaction sent the market lower to take some liquidity, then we'll go higher. Perfect. Failed to take the liquidity, started to go higher. Perfect. Whatever it is doing, close above this gap, we'll take the buy. Otherwise, I'll let this consolidation to go. All of this is consolidation. I'll let them go. A price action or the PDRS starts to build from the beginning, from the low, after clearing the liquidity, fair value gap, order block, one after another. It started to respect that give me the confidence to go for the trade from here. So every PDR I am watching how they are respecting, how they are respecting, how they are respecting. Then I push the button from there. One PDR is broken. Okay, I will wait for the next opportunity to go for the trade. Actually, what I'm doing here, I'm letting the losing trade go. I'm not taking any sort of trade over here, right? No trade I'm taking here. It is consolidating. I'm letting them go. I'm not trading them. That's all. Is that frustrating for you? Thank you. You want to enter in this consolidation and then start to pray to God? Thank you. Congratulations. Brother, it's now going to fall. Why it didn't fall here? Why it didn't fall here? Why it is going to fall here? Ask this question to yourself. Why it is going to fall here from there? If it didn't fall here, if it didn't fall here, if it didn't fall here, and why it is going to fall from there? Because of the time. Now it is the macro. Okay, so it's inside the macro, so it will go for the direction. Why opposite of the direction? Opposite direction. Why? Ask this thing to you. Oh, hey, smoke. I forgot actually. So that gap is working as a inverse way now. Okay, relatively equal lows. This low and that low relatively equal lows. Gonna mark that one more time as it has cleared that low as well. So I'm gonna mark it here. It's still the same logic. Body close out this gap, will take the buy. Doesn't close, not going to take the buy. Simple. Wow, wow, wow. It's been a long, we are not trading, right? It's been a long, we are not trading. But what market is doing? Ask yourself what the market is doing. Consolidating, man. Try to understand. This is consolidation. I'm not making this consolidation. Market is making this consolidation. What I'm doing, I'm avoiding this consolidation. How? Just waiting for the PDRS to be created to take the entry. Just by that way, I'm leaving all this consolidation to go. This is February. It should react so beautifully. The PDRS should show me the perfection here. The thing you are seeing here, this is called perfection. It could simply close one tick above this gap. Then I would enter over here. Then it could stop me out. It didn't do that. See here? It didn't do that. This is why I love February, from February, because market will show me the precision over here. So finally, this Dow reached to this entry FBG. I think it has done its job. Now it's not going to hold the market anymore. The Nasdaq market is not going to be held by the Dow market anymore, as the market has traded the most logical level. I believe it's the time to reverse. As well as we are very near to 11 a.m. So this opportunity is going to appear on the chart very soon. First time, then price. What is the time? Macro. It's now to wait for the best setup right now. Mm. If this loss is taken, I'll mark it as a sell side liquidity is cleared over here. So if this clean lows are taken, okay, over here, I'm just going to move my stop. I mean, sorry, liquidity. Come back again here. 50% of the dealing dance is here. Everything is done. I don't need to wait for this gap to inverse anymore. I can start to look for buy from here. Lowest down close body close candle is gonna be my order block. The next candle is going to inverse this order block. We'll take the buy. Change in state of delivery. So this market was falling here, using this, what to say, I mean that new day opening gap to mark my order block. So this candle, down close candle, has traded this order block. We'll wait for the order block to inverse or engulfing to take the buy. If it keep falling, I'll let him fall. Hope it will give me that opportunity. Second trade for today. Order block. If the body close one tick above this order block, that's gonna be my entry opportunity from this order block. Entry from here. If it give me, okay, if it doesn't give me, then I have to wait for this gap to inverse to take the entry. If it doesn't give me the entry, stop loss is gonna be here. If it doesn't give me the entry, stop loss is gonna be below this order block plus 1 or 2 handle. Partial is gonna be here. The second trade for today, guys, 25. That's gonna be the first partial. If it give me the entry from here, if it doesn't give me the entry, I will wait for this gap to inverse to take the entry. If I fail to take the entry from here, I will wait maximum 5 candle to take this entry. If it doesn't trade this order block within maximum 5 candle, I'll not take the trade from this order block. We'll let the market to close out this gap to take the entry from there for that buy side liquidity. So let's see what is going to happen. One candle, two, three, four, five. Maximum 5 candle. It has to come back again to this order block. The second trade for today. That 22 YT model has been invalidated. It didn't work over there. So the 22 YT model has failed. It was the best model to me, but it failed over here. No shame to say that. I wish it will take me. If you are looking for sell, please go for that. A bit more, bit more, bit more. There you go. That should be the entry. This is going to be the partial for me here, and target will be this high. The second entry for today. I just don't want to see anybody to close below the 50% of this order block. So it should not close below the 50% of this line. Second trade for today. Nobody should close below the 50% of this order block. For the first time, it will close one tick above this high. I'll move my stop loss to the break even. What type of order block is that? By using this new day opening gap. Change in state of delivery. So it was bullish, then it struggled to break that zone, fall, change the state of delivery to sell. Now this order block is going to change the state of delivery to buy again. From here to partial 1:1. After body close above this line or taking the partial will move my stop loss to the break even. No body should close below the mean threshold. Even if one body close, then very next body has to close above the mean threshold of this order block. It's the time to go higher. Either it will fly now or it will never fly. So I'm just watching how it is going to react from this low of this new day opening gap. I just want to see it will break this line and keep going higher. I need an FVZ over here that I will use as an unfilled FVZ. I'm waiting for that comment from that guy. It's a losing trade. Where is he? I need his comment. Trust me, guys. I need his comment. It's gonna be a losing trade. I'm so sorry, guys. Sometimes, you should do the fun because this price action is too boring. And when I'll keep showing this to you, sometimes you'll get so bored. So sometimes we need that type of fun. Oh, man. However, there is one small thing I would love to tell you. If it's possible to take the partial to this line, that's the best case of scenario. So if you can take the partial just below just that line instead of the upper line, that's gonna be really so beautiful. It's gonna be uh like something like one two handle. Okay, just if you took two handle small, I mean less two handle, not exactly 29 handle, it's gonna be 27 handle, something like that. That's the awesome thing. Okay, because I'm really afraid of this gap. It can be respected one more time. I don't want to see the respect by the way, but it can't do that. So I really need to see that it went through this gap. But if you can take the partial to the lower line, that's the best case of scenario. Baby, I don't want you come tonight. Baby, I don't want come tonight. I don't want you come tonight. Why did it came back? Why did it came back? Not where actually. Why did it came back? Ask this question to you. Why did came it here and then come back again here and then rejecting from there? Why is that? Ask this question. Always keep asking the question to the market. Why did you do that? You will start to see the things you are not seeing right now. You will never feel afraid of this reaction over there. You'll never get afraid of that because this is a random level. Market just traded the upper quadrant of the dealing range, sent the market lower to trade that order block one more time. Then it is going to break that line here. and going to come to this specific zone one more time, struggle will start to struggle with this gap again. Right now, what the market is doing, struggling to break that low of this new day opening gap here. Come on, baby, go, 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 go. Otherwise, that guy will start to write down it's gonna be a losing trade. I'm afraid of that. I told them this is February and market will start to respect my PDRS. If you don't respect, they will start to troll me. I'm gonna cry. I'm so afraid, right? Market is going to stop me out. No, I'm not afraid. As long as this market is not going to close below this mid threshold, I'm just not going to afraid of that because my stop loss is below that order block plus two handle, something like that, wherever the stop loss is. I think it should be the stop loss here somewhere. Plus, just look for this low plus two handle, something like that, and hold the market. How far it can maximum fall until this mid threshold. Body, as long as the body is not going to close below this mean threshold, I'm absolutely safe and I'm going to expect this market is going to start to go higher again from that specific area. What else do I have over there? The 50% of that specific week from 15-minute chart that has cleared almost every short of sell side liquidity, traded a beautiful fair value gap, or like the new day opening up, whatever you said. This is very important week to me. All I don't want to see anybody close below this low upper quadrant of this gap from 15-minute chart. How far it can fall, this mean threshold, respected this from there, started to go higher, good to go for the buy. Didn't work, started to fall, closed below this mean threshold, I'll start to move my stop loss. Why? Because the mean threshold has been broken, order block has been broken. As long as it is not going to happen, I'm so safe over here to think that, oh, okay, so you fall back again to take that low, trade the mean threshold, more importantly, to trade this job or to trade this area, now start to go higher. Where? To your direction. So do you worry about that? I'm not. By the way, I will put my stop loss here now because it's useless to put it over here anymore as the main threshold has been traded already. In my opinion, I don't need to cover that order block low anymore. You don't need to trail my stop loss. You can keep the stop loss over here. I would just do my own things over here to see how it is going to react. Okay. At the same time, as you can see, this body has closed exactly to the low of this 15-minute inverse gap. Remember that inverse gap over here? It didn't close above, sorry, below that gap low. So still that gap is also holding the market. This reaction is happening from this new day opening gap low. I believe eventually it is going to be broken and market will start to go higher. Please don't look at my trailing stop loss. Keep your stop loss over there, which is 30 handle, something like that. I just want to see how it is going to. If I were in this state, I would do these specific things. I would get stopped out. Let's see. I don't see any logic here to keep my stop loss below this order block anymore. But please don't look at my trailing stop loss. So if it failed to go, or sorry, failed to go below this low, there is a possibility it will take that low. In that type of scenario, what I do, I trail my stop loss. So what time, or sometimes what happens, I got stopped out, then I took re-entry over there. You don't need to do that. You simply keep your stop loss over here below that order block plus two handle, and then if you see the order mean threshold is broken, body has closed above this order block, start after that start to move your stop loss. I'd love to see how it would work for me. I would get stopped out here, then would wait for the re-entry over there. Don't look at my trailing stop loss, please don't do that. I would go for the re-entry while the market is going to close above this order block. Not wait, it will wait for the order block to retest. Wherever the body will close, I'll just try to take the entry from there. Let's see when it will close above this order block. Don't look at my, or don't follow my trailing stop loss. I always keep asking for you guys, don't look at my trailing stop loss. I'm just doing my things, you will do your things. You will take move your stop loss to the break even while it will give you the partial. As long as it's not going to give you the partial, don't move your stop loss, please. Because if you get stopped out for the first time, then maybe sometimes you will not be able to take the re-entry. You will have no, something like no confidence to take the re-entry or something. This type of things will happen to you. So please don't trail the stop loss, keep it exactly over there where it was kept. Put it over there. If you see this happened, after this happened, body close out this order block, then you can start to trail your stop loss according to your understanding. Or just let the market to take the partial, then put your stop loss to the break even. Whatever you want to do, just do it. Don't trail my stop loss. However, that could be my re-entry over here while this candle closed, by covering this mean threshold, and just will put it until the target, which is the first partial area, to see if it can, if it would work over here or not. All I don't want to see, the body, 15-minute body to close below this line by here. That's all I don't want to see. Should be in this trade still. You should not get stopped out. You don't need to think about that fall, why that is falling, just to making believing those people to think that this is a bearish market. It's not a bearish market. Try to understand that fact at first. This order block is one of the strongest order block ever. I wish the next candle from 1 minute chart is going to close above this line. If it do that, I don't even need to worry about this market to reverse one more time. Come on, brother, give me the run. How long you will keep doing this consolidation? It's time to run. Already you have out of the macro. 10:50 to 11:10 macro. I really would love to see this candle to close above this line over here. This 1 minute candle to close above this line. I really would love to see that. Then I will have no confusion, or no, like, how to say, low confidence to think that it will fall one more time if it can close above this line. It's a lot of struggle here. No, it didn't it didn't close above this line, so it's respecting. Very bad thing. Let's see what this candle is going to do. I wish it will go higher. How long it will consolidate more. Come on, man. Go, 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 go. Jump. Okay, I would stop here by taking two losses. If I were trading out, it would be two losses over here for me by trailing the stop loss. This is for me, not for you. Remember that. Hmm. Maybe 11:50 macro. No, that's the what to say. I mean, that's the lunch hour, brother. That's macro is not. We are not able to trade that macro because that is inside the lunch hour. This is the only opportunity for me to go for the trade from this morning session. Again, after that trade from this water block, as long as it's not going to close below this low. So this low plus two handle should be protected by your stop loss. And then when it will go higher, you'll try to take the partial over here. You will hold the trade until to the top of here, until here. After clearing the partial or after closing above this line, which has been built before trading this water block, either body will close above this high, you will trail your stop loss, or after clearing the partial, you will trail your stop loss. If you do that, I believe it will survive. You will survive and you will get at least the partial. I don't know about the boom, but at least you will get the partial. I hope so. Okay, this is my understanding of this market, but it's taking too much time here to give the volatility. I really don't know why it's wasting so much time over here. It should give me that speed around 11 a.m. That is the time. It's already 11:17. So why it takes too long over here, I have no idea. I've been cooked. You should not be cooked. Your stop loss has to be there. Just keep it over there. Let it be there. Take the partial, move your stop loss to the break even. Or wait for the candle close out this high, then move your stop loss just below that mean threshold. Otherwise, don't go. I mean, otherwise, don't trail your stop loss. Take that small loss, 29 handle. Please take that loss. Don't follow my trailing stop loss. It's a very bad habit because you have no idea how can or how many times you can take re-entry over there by minimizing your loss. If you have the idea, then trail the stop loss. If you don't have the idea, don't trail your stop loss. Trailing stop loss is the logic while this market will break above some sort of PD area, or while you will take the partial, you will trail your stop loss. That is the rules of the trailing stop loss. If you don't do that, you will be cooked. So you have to cover the PD areas by your stop loss as long as it's not reaching to the next PD area. Well, it will reach to the next PD area, which is either this gap or that line, any of these things. As long as it's not reaching over there, you are not allowed to trail your stop loss. When it will reach any of this PD area, either this gap or these gaps, this candle and that candle, any of this area, while it will reach over there, then and only then you are allowed to trail your stop loss either to the break even or below the mean threshold, wherever you want. I think it's to the break even is more than safe, more safe. Samad, sell off in road, be careful. Daily object is complete. Any trades now is gambling. No, absolutely not. The daily is not completed yet. This buy side liquidity is the daily target. So as long as this buy side liquidity is open over there, the job is not done. Sorry to say, brother. First, you have to understand what is the daily job. It didn't finish any job today. No job has been done by this market so far. It just took this low, took that high. It just cleared both side liquidity. So the daily job is still not finished. While it will come here, then the job is done. That means market has done the job for today. As long as it's not taking this buy side liquidity, the daily job is still open over there. Tomorrow is NFP. That's why we are having this consolidation. I forgot about that NFP. Yeah, that could be the reason. Yeah, tomorrow is the NFP. So that could be the reason for this whole consolidation, because this run should start around 11 a.m. New York local time. Still, that didn't start. It can be the reason for the NFP tomorrow. It can be the reason. Absolutely, it's true, because it closed above this order block. It should respect it to this order block. I can agree with the market one more time to this area. One more time, I'm gonna agree with him. But this fall, absolutely unnecessary to me. Absolutely, there is no need to build this fall again one more time to until this mean threshold. There is no need to build this leg. So it can be the reason for the NFP, because market doesn't want to go for that buy side liquidity by today. By using NFP, it will go for that. It can also happen. There's no logic for this market to come back again to this mean threshold. However, if this time market closed below this mean threshold, this trade, holding this trade is unnecessary. I mean, in my opinion, this trade should not be held anymore. So either try to close the, I mean, we should close the trade exactly to the break even, or I can just trail the stop loss to the, maybe to the below the mean threshold, and when it will go a bit above this break order block, I'll trail the stop loss the order block, because this time closing below this order mean threshold means this mean threshold is broken. First time is the fake breakout, next time is the confirmation of the order blocks. That means this order block is broken. Now if it go higher, that's not because of the order block. It should not go higher from this order block. Okay, it actually stopped me out. So this morning session, two trade, one is a losing trade here, one is a winning trade here. It didn't work at all. I just waited to see the run toward that liquidity area after around 11. That could be the awesome area to reverse from there. Even if it doesn't, you will just stop after taking that loss. So maybe you didn't take any trade. This is your first trade. That should be a losing trade. You have to stop over there. Market is really so dangerous right now because of the NFP can happen, because they have just swiped the NFP from Friday to Wednesday because of the last time. But yeah, we'll see now just what is going to happen. A bit more time, so at around 7 more minutes to see how what it is going to do. Just wanna see that. And this order block is going to be transferred from there to here. Oh my goodness, it's 166. Okay, one trade is 147 risk. That's more than enough for going for just one trade. So either it will work or I'll just stop trading. Simple. I just don't know how to take the partial. I'll just let this run go to the target without taking the partial. I'm waiting to see the body close above that zone, buy side liquidity zone, see this buy side liquidity zone. I'm waiting to see the body close above this zone to put my stop loss exactly over here. For now, it should be here. While the candle will close above this, I'll put it over there. I just need a body close above that line. I mean above this high over here. As I didn't put it here because if it reverses from there, it can fall one more time to take this low, which is the liquidity taken. So it has cleared that liquidity. Lowest down close body close candle is going to be the order block. Then it will tap to this order block. It will start to go higher. So I can't put my stop loss over here as long as it didn't close above this line. So it has cleared that buy side liquidity, fall, cleared that sell side liquidity. Now if it close above this lowest down close body close candle, this low is protected for me. It should not come back again over here. So now I can put my stop loss over here below that low, but I don't need to cover that low actually. Until here it's more than enough. So now it should start to respect this order block over here, start to go higher. If it doesn't do that and is interested to follow one more time, I'll get stopped out over here. It should not go back again below that low to take that liquidity one more time, because the liquidity has been cleared over here by reacting from this specific area, clearing the buy side liquidity. Now it should give me the speed toward the liquidity. I have left a lot of buy side liquidity over there. So from the 1 minute chart, I have found the order block over there. You can go and recheck the order block over there. That order block has created these bullish fair value gaps over there. Would love to use it like that way. Now I want to see a gap that will be unfilled. So there will be a gap that should be unfilled. Anytime it will close one tick above this high, my stop loss will be at the break even. Otherwise, I'll get this $100 loss. You use loss, by the way. I didn't understand that this is this much volatile. Otherwise, I would go for a later, I mean, smaller contract size, smaller than this. It doesn't need to take that low. So my stop loss should be protected over there. If I got stopped out here, it means that it will keep falling. So I don't need to take more risk over here. Instead of that, we'll just keep the stop loss over here by seeing that if it can start to go higher from that order block from 15-second chart, or does it really would love to follow one more time. Stopped out, I'm done. So here, no need to put the stop loss around that area. Got stopped out, let's stop over there. I'll keep seeing that how it's going to react from that area. I don't think so around this morning session I'll be able to find any other trade because it's not working. It's simply consolidating around that area. Oh, okay, it didn't build the wardrobe block yet. I thought it has built the wardrobe block. However, I thought it has built the wardrobe block. Let me see. Provide me over here. No, it's not gonna be a good bad month, brother. Tomorrow is NFP, non-farm payroll. So market is just doing this shit because of NFP. Otherwise, you wouldn't see this price over here. This is not because of the month. It's because of the NFP today. I have already warned you guys around the Discord to say you that ICT has already warned all of us to not to look for very good things from this market because tomorrow is NFP. It will go higher from here. It has to go higher from here. Hmm. তারে ধরতে পারলে মন বেরি দিতাম পাখি last trade for this morning session. If it doesn't work, let's stop over here. Not going to trade anymore. It doesn't want to give me the profit, so it would love to keep stopping me out. Would love to let this go. We'll see the PM session if I can go for the trade. I'm still bullish. I'm not bearish, but this morning session, I'm really upset for this consolidation, big consolidation. It should not do this type of consolidation, but it's doing. Maybe it's because tomorrow is NFP. We'll try the PM session. Maybe it will go higher. I am really happy to see the going higher. All of this consolidation is building the buy side more valuable to me. I really would love to catch that buy, but I think I should wait for the PM session. It's already the lunch hour. Yeah, I hope I'll be able to mitigate my loss by the PM session. I'll share you the execution around the PM session if I get something over there. However, that was the trade for today. Here, this sell and the buy. The sell was for 79 handle, the buy was lost for 29 handles. So if you take that buy and sell both of them, still you should be in green in my opinion. But if you're not in green, I'm really sorry for that. I hope the PM session is gonna be beautiful for you, or maybe after the NFP tomorrow. If you have any confusion, come back, keep coming back. You will get the precision from this market. It's just because tomorrow NFP, so market is doing a long consolidation. It doesn't need to do that, but it's doing that. So see you guys tomorrow. Until then, cheers. Aman.